Hello and welcome back to another episode of Candlekeep Mysteries, the Seal Pages of Verglas. We are the Rollers of Fate. My name is Mo, and as always, to bring the mercy to my chaos, my co-DM, Cisco Blanco. Say hello.
Yay! Hello, guys. Welcome.
Well,
Glad you're here.
yep. It's been a while since I've taken the seat and the reign of this campaign, so players should be scared because I'm ready to cause destruction and pain. I'm kidding. Or am I? Um,
Cheering
Speaking
up.
of the players who are currently visiting a nice old wet lady in her very damp and moist home is Andy, Joey, Lucky, Luke, Mark, and Ross. Say hello, fearless heroes!
Hello,
Hello,
heroes.
everybody. How you
I don't
doing?
like it.
Yeah, I
I'm
hope
back.
everyone's and welcome back, Andy. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
We missed
From the
Welcome.
dead.
Bruce and Bruce, so welcome
Yeah.
back.
Man, your look was amazing, actually. Well done, guys, for you who play him. Very
Yeah.
I
nice.
agree.
Well done,
I,
well
you
done.
I tried my best.
And
I
the
didn't do
best.
much though, which was thankfully good.
You smack things with heavy blunt objects.
Yeah.
That's all you need to
The
do.
best was the Scottish voice. That was so good. The Scottish accent was super good.
It wasn't.
That's how good his English accent was. He sounded like Andy.
Okay. There are two types of English accent: rude and fucked. I'm in the screw category, not the fuck category.
Okay, on to the announcements. Go ahead, Cisco. Please take it away.
Yes. So for you who has not seen a stream that new here, you can watch our episodes right away after we finish our episodes right here on Twitch. Otherwise, if you want to check all our previous episodes, you can go to our YouTube channel, Rollers of Fate D&D, and in there you will see the Eye of Observation, some one-shots, Signing Barovia, and the rest of our content. If you want to send us some fan art or any email or anything, you can do so at rollersoffatetnd@gmail.com. And we also have a Twitter at FateDND, and you can see our schedule and other D&D related stuff there. Also, some of our games can be a little bit gory, inappropriate, not suitable for kids, swear words, and so on. So please feel free to step out and come back in a second. I'm sure we'll be ready finish with that scene. And lastly, please give us a follow if you haven't done it already. It will help us to increase the size of our community, be part of it, and we're going to spread it to as many people as possible. Yeah, thanks for watching, and back to you, Mo.
Thank
To everyone.
you, Cisco. Yes. All right. Let's get stuck in. Thanks to all of you for being here, playing with us, as always, and to everyone who's tuning in from home. Please make yourself comfortable as we settle in to see what mysteries shall be revealed today. Previously on the seal pages of Verglas, the Cocks were hard and deep in battle against the Haragon leader, Agdon Longscarf, and things were not looking so good. Aki and Ruin both drowning and unconscious, while the rest conflicted between taking down the enemy or saving their friend's life. The terrain made the fight more difficult, and eventually Agdon Longscarf became free from the bondage of nature and the binding of magic, and continued to assault the party whilst taking their things. Those that were branded found it difficult to see Agdon, but eventually Yagu, being the only one not branded by the curse, struck the Haragon leader down, and the battle was concluded. While searching the remains of Agdon, they found a magical cauldron that reacted to Errol's now missing rift spanner, and also a wrapped up giant hamster named Pookie, who they were looking for. Eventually, they reunited with Jingle Jangle and reunited the betrothed couple, who invited them to come to their wedding. Sir Talavan escorted them towards the mist, where he would take them into the Silent Peaks. But during a telepathic conversation between Ruand and Errol, I hope I got that right, the owner of the land, Bavlona Blightstraw, intruded this conversation and beckoned the party to come to her through the cauldron, which expanded in front of them for them to enter. The Cocks went in and then came out into a cabin, and in the center of the room was a pool of stagnant, murky water, which broke to reveal the long, spindly, wet, fly-infested, frog-like being, Bavlona Blightstraw. And this is where we begin. The room is damp, and there is this thick layer of fog that is kind of static and obscures some areas of the room. Dripping, dirty rags hang from the clothesline, and little versions of Bavloma begin to jumping off her and scattering across the room. You see her extending her hand to pull a large lily pad towards her in her pool, and climbs on top of it and squats. She then uses her elongated hand to roll herself more closer to you all. The lily pad stops and bumps at the edge as she continues to inspect you all with her large bulbous eyes that move independently. So you are the ones that killed Agdon?
He started
Yes.
it.
You said he started it, but it was you that committed the first murder when you first saw the Harengon around.
Well, they also started it because they attacked us first.
But you killed them first.
Well, that's because we were better fighters.
We can't kill them second.
You are
There's
right.
only first.
Very clever.
Bruised, stifled us to work at that.
But did they intend to kill you? Did they said that you will die? Or they asked was for you to give them back their things for them to give to me?
No, they threatened us with violence.
Hmm.
They didn't ask, they just threatened.
And they asked for our things, not theirs.
Well,
Confirmed, they never said they weren't going to do us in.
And they never offered anything in return.
And they hit quite hard, so one could assume they were intending to.
They did,
Really
and
not.
they were, but they are no longer. You have taken away my servants. How unpleasant. That will cost you dearly for how many you have taken. What do you have to offer? You see her begin to kind of stand up and now step in front of you, and she towers over all of you. But she moves and turns away, and she goes towards a desk where there is this kind of jar which she opens up, and she uses a stick and plunges the stick into this kind of very thick kind of substance. And as she does, she begins waving it around, and you see all these flies get stuck onto it. And then she puts it down onto the table, and as the little baby Bavloma come jumping and start eating the flies off the stick.
While she's doing that, could I take a peek around the room, not touching anything? Do I see any of our stuff?
You see, you don't. Everything here is her stuff in a sense.
No, our stuff.
Oh, your stuff? No,
Our
nothing.
stuff.
Nothing in this room.
You, if I might
Yeah,
interject, Mo, you see that in a corner there is like a stack of dirty plates with scraps of old food and junk, and you also see some dressing dummies that are pushed together in one corner, and there is like a exit to the room as well, but it's all like she's looking right at you, kind of thing.
Well, I got a fork that turns. That's a starting negotiation offer.
Negotiation for what?
Items for items, perhaps?
What about the life? A life for a life that you have taken?
Well,
May I
so-
interject quickly? We are only here really because we are chasing someone who, if it wasn't for him coming here, we would have never attacked your forces at all. So we can only apologise, but our true enemy is actually one and the same as you are only down forces because we were brought here, and we were only brought here because one of our allies were tricked into it.
Enemy? Who do you speak of? Failing?
Zadimus Fang,
Hmm. An
who you have a
enemy?
deal with, no?
I wouldn't say an enemy of mine.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
Perhaps.
He is an enemy of yours because, for the simple fact, he has misled you.
Go on.
I, for one thing, know he is a dangerous man, and I believe that he has tried to trick us all into coming here to weaken forces of another realm. Your forces. Because we are somewhat very well established mercenaries in the material plane, and I think he is trying to use us to weaken foes he could not do himself. He is on a dangerous path, and we seek to hurt him and stop him. And I
What?
feel that in an attempt to talk to you, he has tricked you into thinking that we are the enemy, when in fact it is he.
You smell. Not from here. You smell like an unseelie.
Believe me, I am definitely yes, I am of the Unseelie Court. However, I'm not currently alleged with them. However, if it grants us favour in your eyes, I'm sure I could look into reapplying.
You see her kind of begin walking across to the other room now, starting to grab the kind of the rags that were up there, and you see her kind of nicely fold them and put them on the table. They're still dirty as hell, but she just kind of places them onto the table. You see, it's almost as if like she's doing chores, but not doing chores at the same time. She kind of turns and she goes, well, Zadimus has been a nuisance to me. I must admit that to you.
Yes,
Perhaps.
and he's a nuisance to us. He has, because of him tricking us into coming here, he has weakened your forces. He's made a painful of our last few days. We are not adversaries here.
Not
You're trying to
yet.
sense that. And we don't have to be,
Hmm.
because we just want Zadimus. Once we have him, we are gone, and we are no longer a bother to you.
Very well, very
However-
well. I can take
however-
that into consideration. Please come inside this room. You see her open a large door next to her. She kind of steps inside into this room. Do you follow?
Can I have a look at the door? Are there any sigils or any evidence of foul play, as it were?
Make a perception check.
I'm also going to do the same.
Whoever wants to make it, we can do so if they feel suspicious.
I'll have a quick look.
Alright.
I think I'm in due need of a wisdom modifier upgrade,
Okay.
because that was shite.
Okay, Ziggy, Aki, Bruce, as you kind of look at it, no, you see no foul play, no sigil or anything like that kind of around it. But as you come closer towards the room, you smell rotten flesh and almost
Should
like
we actually
stagnant.
reveal the map?
No, not yet.
Just for
Not yet.
fun.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. If,
Right.
potentially. As you, if you enter into this room, the first things that you see is there is a horse's head on the table. It has glossy eyes. Its lips have been drawn back, which kind of from the kind of pointed yellow teeth it has. At the same time, the head is affixed to a large 8-limbed amateur made of kind of wicker and wire. And you get this feeling that this person, this is like a taxidermy workshop place. Flies are buzzing around in this kind of disordered room, landing occasionally on animal carcasses that lie kind of strewn in small piles. And on a low table rest are the assortments of tools, saws, knives, and scrapers, and hand-cracked drills.
Are these like DIY tools or something a bit more sinister?
DIY tools, but made much larger and much more of her to her kind of grip and
Got ya.
handling.
Got ya.
It sounds like you're just describing a university student housing kitchen to me.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Very
That's
accurate.
all I heard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
What can you tell us of Zadimus Fang?
I have known Zadimus for many years, probably longer than 10 times most of your all lifetime. Perhaps not yours, she kind of looks towards Errol, but most of your all lifetime. I have given him passage through my lands from time to time, if he needs be. And in return, he provides me with gifts, which I adore all the time.
What kind of gifts?
Could be magical items, things that he may have acquired from people that he may have known, and the people that he chooses to let go.
But you said he's been a nuisance of recent.
His promises are weak now. I do
We
not.
can deal with him for you. If
Perhaps.
his promises are so weak.
Yes, maybe an opportunity. But I need to know what you can provide in return.
Well, do you know, for instance, which master it is he serves these days?
I do not know. All I do is I give him passage to the Silent Peaks. And then after what he does on the other side is his business.
Given who the master is, it may become yours. This is information to trade.
I do not think he is stupid enough to do anything that would cause problems to me. But there is a chance. I do sense that, and I do agree.
If you don't mind me saying, Bavlormina, he kind of already has done something stupid to cause you problems. Ergo, all of us being here for one. For two, let's be a bit honest here. Agdon, his cronies. I suspect you don't really give a shit about whether they're actually alive or dead. You just don't want to miss your collection of magic items being interrupted, am I right?
To an extent, yes.
Come on, with a lovable personality like Agdon, you really cared about the guy?
He was very useful to me.
But... So, I say that we can give you some magic items to make up for the trouble in exchange for their lives.
We've already given her plenty of magic items.
Well, that's the thing, Ruin. They're technically her magic items. The ones that we haven't given. If the idea is correct.
You are very, very smart. Perhaps the smartest from all of you.
Okay, now you're just brown nosing. So, look, to make up for Agdon, and Errol will take out some items from his pack. Let's see. For a starter, what I have for you, I have a cold arrow along with a bag of dust that is very blinding and very inhibitory to the senses. And if you're willing to trade an item for an item, there's this dagger, but that could be for another time. But these are two just to start off, unless you have any other starting desires for in that regard.
She extends her long, spindly hands towards you. It's right in front of your face.
Yeah, and I'll just give her the cold arrow and the pocket sand dust of suffocation.
Okay. She kind of gets the arrow and thing. She looks at the arrow very, very. She opens her kind of one of her like a little. Her kind of the dress that she's wearing with all the what am I trying to say? The flaps and stuff like that. She opens and she just sticks it inside. Kind of it just
Oh, the
disappears.
sleeve.
Yeah, I'm sure a sleeve as well. And then you see her open the bag and kind of look at it, and she see her tongue kind of come and just kind of touch it.
I'd be careful tasting it. It's a dust of suffocation.
And then you don't see her getting affected by it. And then she ties it up and tucks it away as well. And then she kind of looks at you for a moment, and her tongue comes out and just licks one of her eyeballs, and then she just goes back in.
What was your last interaction with Zadimus? You mentioned the deal. But when was the last you saw him? What was it? What was it about?
Make a persuasion check.
If I can, bardic inspiration.
Do you do that?
If I can.
What do you say?
Yeah, we're trying to help you, so as much information as possible would be grand. If we're removing the Zadimus problem for you.
What do you say to Aki to inspire him?
Oh, okay.
You pat him on the shoulder and whisper, "You got this."
You got this?
Okay.
After my speech.
20
What
what?
is it these days?
D8.
A D8.
Do you want to use it, or you want to keep it for now?
I'm using it. I'm 26 then.
Okay. She goes, well, from time to time when he comes through, he brings visitors. And I give them passage. And then he leaves on his own when he returns back from the Pleaks. This time he had quite a large escort with him. And I requested something in return. But now he seems like he tells me he will get me something. And I don't like waiting for things. I need things now, in the present.
The peak. The peak is part of your realm. Is that right?
It is not part of my realm, but it is connected to many realms. A plane, a demi-plane of some sort.
Okay. You were able to see us and hear us before we were here. Do you have such insight there?
I'm afraid not. It is all secrets there. Whatever he does is all hush, hush. Rawr.
May I make an offer, then?
I am listening.
I have two things to offer you in trade. However, and everyone else can barter in to make it smooth in the deal. But I want a deal that leaves us all leaving for our enemy. You happy with us taking him and us doing out whatever we need to with him in exchange for the items that have been taken from us, and I will give you something of two things of value. And I'll take off my cloak as well as Sir Talabar, who's hiding in that cloak, presumably. Here, these are 2 things I know you want. I'm holding Sir Talabar up by the leg.
What cloak are you removing?
The hot dog cloak.
What are you doing, you piece of shit, betrayer? You're giving me
Yeah.
away.
I don't
You-
care.
You won't
This
get anywhere without me, you fool. You're making a mistake.
Jiggy,
You don't understand.
Ziggy, that is our map for right now.
Jiggy,
We
I
do
don't
kind of need him to
really
get
care.
around.
Jiggy.
Well, the thing
we,
is-
we do it. We
That's
do
not
it.
gonna make everyone happy.
We
Yes,
do care.
but she
But
has
it won't
access to this.
also has
She
to
has
break down.
access. He also has access, but she is more willing to give it.
She cannot
Yeah.
go through the mist, you fool.
Oh,
And now I'm not
I-
helping you anymore.
Can I roll an insight check on Televar to see if he actually knows that she can't go through the mist?
He's been nothing
yeah,
but
make
a
an insight
nuisance.
check.
Okay.
She will say, "A mist walker, very rare indeed."
If you want him, we will need our stuff back and route to our enemy.
Ziggy, no.
Yeah, Bruce immediately steps in. And is like, no. He
He's
takes.
been
He'll
nothing
take
but a
Talabar off
nuisance.
your hands. Nah. He'll put him behind him. Says no.
A 17? Yeah. She also confirms that mistwalkers are very rare, and she would have done going through the mist if she could, but clearly she can't do it herself.
Look, maybe it's too early to even offer that sweet of an incentive, but what I can offer to sweeten the deal in light of Sir Talavar's absence is, I'm not sure if you're a big fan, but besides more of those cold arrows that you're holding, I also have, and Errol will take out the 2,500 gold pieces worth of pearls, all of these, which can be used as magical focuses, compartments,
What?
the pearls.
The pearls?
No, I know.
Wait, the pearls are these the ones that are powdered?
I don't think you powdered them. You didn't powder
It
them
did.
yet.
Yeah,
He
they
did
powdered.
powder
When did
them.
you powder them?
They're pulverized, and I've got them.
Okay, I thought
No,
you gave them back.
you have my ruby dust. I don't know if Errol ever gave
No,
you
Errol
the
didn't
pearl
give
dust.
you his pearl dust.
No,
Only,
I
only
did.
the ruby dust.
I just gave you the ruby
I
dust.
don't remember him ever powdering them. He just handed me this
Yeah,
big
we
pearl
we
thing.
left the ruby and the pearl together to be powdered, and it took a long time, and it was collected again from Candlekeep.
Yep. But they're powdered though. Yeah.
I know I gave them to Errol
Mm.
in powdered form, but I
Yeah.
don't know whether he did with them
Well, never mind.
afterwards.
We'll just
Could
move
I-
on saying that Errol has offered up 5 cold arrows with this big ass powdered pearls, 2,500 gold pieces worth, and yeah.
I have something that is
Ziggy,
of Zadimus's patron.
as you are talking, Aki,
Mhm.
all of you realize that all of a sudden Ziggy reacts strangely to something. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Who, us or
Okay.
Ziggy?
Yeah, just Ziggy.
That's fucking concerning.
Who's in there?
4.
Just sell it, Sir Talabar.
Alright,
You deserve
you-
every bit of this.
You all see quickly as Sir Talabar winks towards Ziggy, and slowly Ziggy turns into a pink frog and falls on the floor. That serves you right! Now you're gonna stay like that for 1 hour for trying to betray your friends.
I'll just.
I will
like,
kill
hold
him.
up-
You know that. You
I
know
will
that,
hold up-
Cisco. I will kill him.
I will hold up.
I will
Ziggy.
fucking kill him.
I'll just hold up Ziggy as
This
he
guy's not
casts-
here, it's only Sir Talabar. He has the ability to cast polymorph once a day.
This man's dead.
and
He's not a
He's
man.
I'll just pick up Ziggy in his
Wait.
frog form from the ground. All right, I'll keep you company in the meantime, and
Oh,
I'll
I'm
kinda
finally no
see
longer
you.
the small one.
She extends her
kind
hand
of-
towards to give the frog.
No.
I
No.
will not hurt him.
Insight check immediately.
Go ahead.
Polymorph has no effect on shape changers.
Oh yes,
Oh.
I'm a shape changer, bitch.
Oh.
that I did not
Happen.
That I
It
forgot
initially
about.
works
I did
and
not know
suddenly
that.
turns back into a humanoid shaped person in Errol's arms. Bah!
All right. Oh. And I guess I'm just carrying him. I guess because it was like 5 seconds of.
Put me down, Errol.
I don't see that actually anywhere.
It's in
It's
the
at the
spell,
top of the description.
and I'm a shape changer. We've talked about this in rulings.
Oh
because,
yes,
the
that has no
hot dog
effect
cloak-
on shape changers. Yeah, that's true
Yep.
actually.
That's why I don't have it.
Actually. Mm.
With your
Okay.
with your insight, you would
So
have
let's-
known that
Mm.
she wasn't going
Let's
to
say
harm
that
him
it
anyway.
just happens for like for a few seconds, and then you revert back just to make it more
Yeah,
fun.
I'm just-
If
yeah.
it's okay with you,
And
look.
then I'll just
Yeah,
put him
that's fine.
down right afterwards. Oh, okay, that was random. Anyway.
You
look,
see her
more
leaving.
about-
You see her leaving the room now, going back to
Wait.
the main room.
Wait, we're done playing games now, Bavloma. Tell us, what is it that you want? We won't make any more deals. We won't offer. Just tell us what you want, and we'll see if we could satisfy.
Hmm.
As someone who also likes to collect and take, I understand what it's like for people to just offer you stuff that you needlessly don't want.
You see her stepping into the water, into the kind of large pond that she has in the middle of her thing, and she, from behind, gestures you all to come in with her.
I'll fly above.
There's a massive lily pad there that you could sit on as well, by the way.
I guess I'll just sit on the lily pad then.
The lily pad is beneath Ruin. Nope.
Aki will. Is it very cold in here because of the water? By the way, just as a.
It's very humid. It's humid in here. Yeah.
It's probably worth
Florida.
saying that there is a mist coming off Aki as he moves through in here because of his natural heat, and as a little bit more starts coming off as he starts to wade into the water.
Okay. So you wade into the water. Anyone else going in?
Yeah, Bruiser follows.
Nope.
I'll follow.
Not Yaga? You step.
Nope. I will just stay quiet in the main room.
Sir Talabar will be somewhere as far away from Siggy as possible and at the whole situation, and because he's really scared of the hack as well. So whoever is the farthest, he will just go with Bruce, maybe, if you're okay with that.
Bruce will turn to Sir Talavar, look at him and go, he's like, don't worry, I got you.
Oh, all right, thank you. And he just leans there next to you.
Yeah, he can sit on my shoulder or something.
No,
You
just
see,
a bit of-
you see her submerge herself into the water, kind of just like getting all wet as well. She gets her hand wet her head and her hair again, making it all wet, and she says, "Well, firstly, give up what you have offered to me." And she extends her hand to Harold and whoever else wants to give her stuff.
Harold will hand
Okay.
her the 5 cold arrows then.
Aki will hand over the cracked drift globe.
Okay. Just kind
I'll
of takes
hand
it.
the hot dog cloak.
As you try to take the hot dog cloak off, it doesn't come off. You're just like, why is it not coming off? Just,
I'll give her Ogdon's fire poker.
poor Agdon. She takes it. And everything that she's taking, she's just dropping into the water. And you just see it kind of into the murky water just disappear from your sight.
Is this water a portal somewhere, Pavloma?
Why don't you look inside and see?
Harold will just peek his head in after taking a deep breath.
Yeah. Make sure the goggles are still on.
You look in, dip into the water.
Yeah.
And you come back out. Nothing. But you have to paddle. You have to swim. There's no like bottom. You can't tell how deep it is, unless you want to keep go. You want to see how deep you want to go.
Harold will go in first, just to see how deep he goes in.
Alright.
Aki will follow him. I've got the ring, so I can keep up.
Okay. You swim. The rest of you outside. How long can you hold your breath for, Harold and Aki?
What's the the normal roll?
1 plus your Constitution modifier.
That's
a
5.
1 plus 2, so that's a 3.
3. Yeah.
3 minutes.
I've got 5.
5 minutes. Right. Harold, by the time you keep swimming, and then you realize you're losing air. Aki, you could continue on if you want to. You see Harold kind of
I've got.
just.
I have a.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got a swimming speed of 40 feet with this ring. If that makes any difference about how much distance I can cover.
Yeah, you keep going, and by the time it gets to 5 minutes of swimming, you still don't see an end.
Then Harold will just swim back up when he's losing breath. Okay. Alright, that was interesting.
How was
Find
the swim?
anything?
Not very pleasant. Hope
Where
you're
is it?
amused.
Where are you sending it? Or do you not care for these things, and it's
Oh,
a token of something else?
I care for anything that is given to me. Where it goes is my business. I'm sorry that the water is so murky. I haven't cleaned it for a very long time.
Is that something that we could do a little of for you, as a?
What do you mean? You see, you've crossed a line when you say that to her.
The
Would you
water
like it?
is perfectly fine, Aki.
Yeah, I assume
Okay.
it has a purpose to its murkiness anyway.
It keeps me fresh.
I thought the point of us giving you some stuff would be that you give back to us in return.
Ah, but I'm still waiting for this pulverized pearls that you are offering.
Oh, right, that.
Harold, you don't have to give that up.
It really is useless to you, though, so.
Well,
What?
actually, I've got something that you might prefer, Miss.
Hmm. The green one
woman-
speaks. Go ahead.
Green one does speak sometimes. Would seem to me a woman of your esteem would no doubt have enemies. Is that correct?
Some are still living, yes.
Well, we've had dealings with other folks, and he'll pull out those. I've labelled them. He'll pull out an evil canvas. One of the canvases that we got from those other hags, just one of them. And he'll unfold it. Now, it doesn't look like much, but with the right paints and with the right magics, which I feel that you probably have access to, you got an enemy, you paint a likeness of them on this, and you can make them wherever you want.
Ah,
They gotta be in the room with you. They gotta be willing in some respect, but you're clearly an intelligent woman of means. I'm sure you've got your means of getting people to do what you want them to do.
I know a few sisters that do the same thing. 3 of them, actually.
Just out of curiosity, as a player, the head isn't really in plain sight, is it?
It's a skull.
That's a skull? Okay,
There's
that's...
no, I'm pretty sure I
It's just
remember.
it's a blank canvas.
No, he's talking about the hag's head. That you
hag's
have.
Yeah, I just want to make sure she
Oh,
can't
that-
find the
The
hag's
head is still
head.
attached to my belt, like bouncing
But
off
it's,
of
but it's
his
a
hip.
skull. at
Yeah,
this
it's
point,
fully
not-
rotten off, right?
Yeah, it's really
It's just a
rotten
skull.
up.
Imagine- It's like
It should-
it's starting to slow off a bit. I keep it
So
like
it's
in a
not. It
bag
should
or
be
something.
unrecognizable at this point. That's fine. I'm not worried then.
She's
Well,
looked at
I'm
it, but
waiting
she
to see
hasn't
what-
reacted
I'm
yet.
waiting-
But yeah,
I'm waiting to see what she'll say to unveiling. So I know these hag sisters. I wonder what she's going to say next. So I'm just saying, does she continue on saying anything, or does she wait for an answer?
I'm not much of a painter, more of a creator with living things than dead things, then making them living again. You've seen my little workshop. That is what I do.
Kill
no.
me, kill me. You hear like a few creatures screaming from a shelf, and you see this bottle, and it's like a rat and a squirrel joined together, like if you actually merge two animals, and there is like 3 or 4 like that in this glass container.
That's horrifying. So
Oh.
Bruce will not respond to that, but he'll say to Bavloma, "Oh, you're not interested in the canvas then? Oh, it's all right then." You'll fold it back up and you'll put it
We
back
ca-
in. Yeah,
We have come into several trinkets since we've been here.
That's
They're in the bag, Bruce.
that's true. That's true.
Would-
Hold on one second.
Are these of interest?
Let me just dig him out. So, Bavloma, my lady, just so I'm clear, this is a negotiation of recompense for what you have lost, and ideally, perhaps if we can meet that recompense, maybe we can come to an agreement where we help each other out. Is that what we're trying to do here? Just so I'm clear.
She's looking at all of you, but she hasn't said any. She hasn't looked at Yagu, at all. In a sense, you know, she looked at him in the beginning, but because Yagu hasn't said anything, she's looking at as each of you have spoken and stuff like that. But Yagu hasn't mentioned or said anything to her, and you kind of notice that as well as you're speaking to her. Like Yagu's kind of off in the distance in the main room, hasn't entered the pool, hasn't, truly acknowledged her in a sense.
Does she answer Bruce's question?
In regards to what? Sorry, say that again.
Bruce, as a player, and Bruce, looking for clarification, is this a negotiation to compensate her for what she has lost? And then once we've done that, we can then
Make an
negotiate
insight check. Actually, this will tell you more about her
I was
intention.
hoping she would just tell me, but okay, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, player Joey is thinking she's just taking it and she's gonna fuck us over. She's gonna keep raising the ante.
Of course,
Oh,
you're unsure. Maybe she wants more. She wants more from you guys. That's what you're kind of thinking. You haven't given enough.
You hear in your head, Bruce, in Sir Talaba's accent telepathically. Don't trust her. She always wins.
She always what?
She always wins. Whatever she's doing for you, she's gonna be winning.
Would you be okay if Bruce inside the head, so he's not in the ground, just kind of like answers back, right, got it, and he'll sort of nudge Bruce to say like, don't trust her, don't trust her, don't trust her. Would you be okay with that, or is that too meta?
No. He's looking at you. You just don't see his lips moving, but he's kind of reacting to you because he wants to make sure that you are aware that it's him doing it.
Okay. No, Bruce.
Not knowing that it's his accent what you can hear.
Sure thing. So Bruce is still putting like the canvas back in the bag, and he'll stop talking at this point.
Can I telepath to Yagu and Yagu? We could really use some sage advice here. She seems more up your alley.
Yeah, but I don't trust her and I don't like her.
We could always kill her.
We have been through this, we have kind of burned out since last combat. We are really not in shape
It was
right
just
now.
it was just a joke, but could you say something to her though? Maybe you've holding back something.
Are you sure?
Everyone else make a perception check apart from Ruin and Yagu.
22.
22.
Oh, now everyone was great.
Yeah.
Great.
Ziggy,
Now we are-
Bruce is still busy putting his canvases away in his bag. Ziggy, Aki, and Harold, you all notice her eyes are moving every time Ruin speaks and Yagu speaks in their head. You see one of the eyes just shift towards Ruin, shift towards Yagu, shift towards Ruin, and you get a notice that while Ruin is, Ruin's tell of speaking to someone in their mind, he's speaking and she's probably listening.
I'll just, as soon as Errol is able, Errol's just gonna gesture towards Ruin and just do this.
Oh, I know she. When we first started talking, I knew she could jump in on my.
Really, Lucky?
Yeah, she did it earlier when I was trying to telepath to Harold.
Yeah.
Can we invite the player? Because I know he's bullshit.
No, I remember.
No, it's...
With that in mind, Errol's just gonna say, fine, you know what? I did make the offer and rule, actually of the three, hospitality, reciprocity, and I'm trying to remember the third one. A deal's a deal, and Errol's gonna push the pearls forward. Now, can we shut up and get back to actually talking like we're actually meant to do a deal?
She grabs the bag and she lets go, and you just see it go disappearing from your sight into the water underneath.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Harold. We've met a few folks here who do not abide by those rules. And the last time I checked, several of them answered to you. My lady, you don't give a shit about these rules, don't you?
You see her grin so widely.
Right. Nah, you're getting no more from us. I don't think.
I only
I'm not
want
much about it.
one more thing, and I will answer, she points towards Aki, your question, and tell you what I want. But only, she points towards Yagu, if he's willing to give it up.
Is she pointing
Yup.
to anything specific or?
She points towards you, and then you feel the creature on your back, your little friend, emerge, and you have this feeling that when you turn your head, that is what she wants. She extends her hand, and you see it go past all of you, stretching further and further. You don't know how long her reach is as it gets quite close to Yagu, and her opens her
And-
hand.
Harold is gonna have the back of, like, his hand ready on the back of his belt, and he's gonna look towards Yagu. Can I do an insight check to see where Yagu's frame of mind is? Because I guess I want Harold to kind of convey to Yagu.
Are you
You want
pointing
to
at
do
a
this.
weapon or
You know he's specifically going towards his poison dagger, and
before you even do that, Joko will hand his hand like stop, just don't. And he will stare at Aki and is this what you want? Are you proud of yourself after today, after giving this all away to this?
It's just things, but your friend is not just a thing. We don't trade lives.
I will not.
no.
I make a promise. I will not hurt it. I just admire it.
As my mother used to say, you don't admire things with your hands. And frankly, this has not been the most forthright conversation so far. This, and he'll hold up his thumb. I imagine you can see more of what this is than I can. No? Can you see who gave me it? And who Zadimus, therefore, is answering to?
I've heard a voice whisper through the lands. Yes.
Does this voice, does it trouble you as much as it troubles me? Because he does not whisper through the lands to me so much as he does my waking moments.
I've told you, Zadimus and I are not enemy. We have made propositions with each other. I know what he seeks. It does not bother me.
So you believe he would share that there's a place for you? Is that the deal?
Not necessarily. I am willing to tell you what I want. But are you, Turtle, willing to let go of your little creature friend? I asked only this last time.
You should be happy I don't take everything you own.
Bruce reaches for the edge his hands towards his sword, just in case this is going to get violent here.
poison dagger. I'll make a stealth roll if I have to. Hopefully, not escalate the situation while doing that.
You may
Is this
always
a-
come to visit it whenever you like, Yagu. Champion of Eldath.
Is this about hurting Yagu, or just about taking what somebody values more than anything else?
Jago, champion of Elda. Jago, champion of Elda. You see the three little frogs repeat the same thing that she said.
She does not answer your question, Aki. And both her eyes are just affixed to Yagu now, waiting for him and his decision.
Well, are we done then? This was it?
So you will not part with it.
And once again, I will look at Aki. Well, there you
No.
Uh-oh. One of the little frogs says, that looks like her. Uh-oh. The other one says that too.
The decision is yours, Turtle. Do you part with it or not?
If you describe perfectly what you're going to do with it, I assume it's going to be one of your new toys.
No, I said I will not harm it at all. I'm just intrigued.
Insight on that?
Yeah.
Make an insight.
This entire conversation's just been inside.
Oh god.
That's great. It's fun.
Without even inciting, Bruce is gonna go, "You're a liar." There's not a
The
single-
Herald is just glancing at Bruce like, nah.
Nah, not an honest bone in your body, is there?
If anyone wants to inside the little frogs, they seem very easily to read. Easier to read than her. They are reacting to the conversation too.
I'll insight the little ones, but I assume by the this is not going well.
Okay, so I'm trying to insight Pavloma.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'll incite the frogs.
I'll insight the little ones with.
Well,
Bruce.
Ruin, you get the idea that she does definitely. She's telling the truth. She's not going to harm it.
I'll stand beside Yagu and I'll just say to him, I'll back you up no matter what, Yagu.
Is her attention really now fixated on Yogu to the point where Aki could move within the room without her looking at him?
If you're unsure, you don't. You've seen her eyes move independently, so you don't know.
And you,
Go ahead.
you two who inside the frogs, I think it was Bruce and Harold. You both see the same. The frogs seem quite excited, so you believe she's telling the truth, probably that she's not gonna hurt it. Whatever the frogs seem to don't know what she's gonna do with it. Though.
Yeah, her idea of like hurting things could be quite different from ours, though. So like, Bruce is still like, no,
Prison.
don't trust you.
Prison. That's all I'm gonna say. Not technically hurting it, but. Up, and even Harold will just look at Yagu. Just. Can I give like a slight
Like,
shrug
can you
and say,
define not hurt? At least tell me what you're going or planning.
I have no plans with it yet, but I will. I've already told you, I will not hurt it or harm it.
I'll look at Yagu and I'll just rub my forehead like this and then, raise an eyebrow.
And I give this back, then do we get our items back as well?
Make a persuasion check.
Aha!
We had a short rest before the previous fight, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more bardic inspiration. Fuck, only a 12.
Yeah, it's only.
Okay.
I will allow you to
can-
decide
I
on
I can stop.
only one item which was taken from you. You can decide on what that is.
And I'll just lip to Yagu like, I can get another one. Like,
Yagu, don't play her game. She's trying to make us doubt each other.
So just to recap, you have 2 chains of opening, a ring of the ram, a tongue serpent weapon, and the reef spanner.
yeah, but Harold is trying to reassure Yagu.
Yeah, all very replaceable in my mind as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all pretty replaceable.
Well,
Only problem is, how do we get out of this place eventually without a wrist spinner? That's the only concern I have right now.
Do you say that out loud, or are you gonna just? Is that?
Oh, that's
Mark?
me thinking out loud
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Out of character, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Aki, if possible, is moving around to her, I guess, to either her 3 or 9 o'clock, whatever is easiest, quite slowly, trying to look like he's not doing that.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, famously good at those.
Hey, what if Bruce is to start talking at seeing Aki move? Could that give him a bit of help? Like, just say you're, yeah, nothing honest about you at all. You're a user.
He's already got advantage, but it's a straight
Does he?
roll
Never mind.
because of who she is. Because she's currently affixed on Yagu.
I did not realize that.
I
No,
was actually
no,
in
it's
the
not great.
In the similar vein of Bruce, I was going to say, I potentially have more items to give.
I do not
Instead
want
of the
anything else anymore. Only that.
What about love? Strongest thing in the world. We can give you that.
I do not need
Fuck's
love.
sake.
I pull out Potion of Love. I didn't mean anything else. You all are dirty.
Sure.
I thought
Well,
for a
that's what I
second,
love.
look, you're finally going to go full horny bard.
No.
Bag.
Nope.
Fine, I will do it.
I'll do it, alright?
She goes like, oh yeah.
You all are filthy.
You know, you do have a certain beverage on you.
Yes, that's what I'm giving away.
Oh,
Aki's
sorry.
going to
No.
pull out the drowned seaweed that Bruce gave him. Not offer it, just quietly hold it, and then hold it in his hand and kind of look around the room, and then look at the water. We don't trade lives.
How about the Blood of an Unseelie?
Like, why are you so obsessed with my moss?
Because it's the one thing we don't want to give.
Because you have come into my home and disrespected me by not acknowledging who I am.
Says you. You sent one of my heracons many years ago to my lake. I helped him and he stole a barrel of booze.
What?
Many, many years ago, I helped one of your heracon friends. I assume it was one of yours.
Why would
And he
it be
stole a
one of
barrel of
mine?
booze. Oh, I just assumed all of those heracons would work for you, since, well, that's the only ones we've met.
Oh my god, Mark.
I'll just go there.
No. That is not the case, and I do not wish for anything else apart from that creature on your back. Give it up now.
You see the little ones like in this kind of waiting motion, just doing like this.
Does my moss react anything, or is it still like a toddler? Like it's
It does not know what's going on. It's just kind of climbing on your back, kind of looking around, looking at the place.
If Yagu's struggling to decide, can Bruce just look at Talavar and see what he's looking like in this situation?
Good one.
Yeah, as you look at Talaba, he's trembling. That's the first thing you see, and he's really scared as well.
I would like everyone to make like a group insight check of this situation.
I feel like we're a little stuck here.
Well,
Oh, that's cocked if I've ever seen it.
Yagu
Well,
and,
actually, I get to. I'm going to spend a sorcery point to re-roll that.
Oh, magical guidance. Yeah.
What
I
do
love
I
it.
have?
I really need to do that a lot more.
I think it's level 6. For
That's
sure.
Yep.
yeah, okay.
that was clearly worth it.
Yeah, Yagu, Errol, Aki. The three of you. The situation here is you're going to disrespect her, and she's going to probably tell you to leave. If you do anything that's going to affect her by either stealing something or intentionally trying to, invade her home, she will fight. Potentially, the situation is very dire for you guys. This is a ruler of the realm, and in the state that you guys are in, it does not look good. What she's asking for will potentially give you more information and may benefit you. That I will give you as a player. Like DM to player. But it's up to you.
However,
Yeah.
yeah, it's up to you guys.
Well, as a player, then there's not much of an option. Then we can't
Yeah.
face this thing
Yeah.
down. It's
I mean,
Also as a
the
player.
option is to fight her. You could fight her.
yeah, but
The
you, as
option
you
is to
describe,
fight
ruler of
and
the
pray to
realm.
God that we can run, but if she's ruler of the realm, supposedly, we're supposed to assume we can't really get away from her. So
Yeah, not in this condition. Like Agdon and his boys followed what she did, and that was a pretty deadly encounter. Like we can't do another one straight after. Not in the condition we're in. We're all out of spell slots, and
I can bring one person back from the dead.
yeah,
As long as it's not you.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
long as it's
I
not
don't-
me.
I don't. Above game, facing this creature down right now in her home is not an option. I
Yeah,
really
no.
You're
No.
in her home, so you don't even know what else she could have potentially
Exactly.
around her as well.
Exactly. So even in character, even with my insight being shit, Bruce just say, "Nah, we're done here. Thank you for your hospitality, but Yagu, I genuinely think we're done here."
If that's what you truly want, well, we just gave away a lot of items to her for no reason then.
Not
we
nice.
can always get more items. But Yagu, what do you want?
She's not giving them back. She's got them. This is her place. She's the ruler here. She takes what she wants.
And what's to say when she takes Mossy there, she won't just ask for more?
One thing you notice that you've offered more. She said she doesn't want anything else. She just wants that now. So
I think we've paid back more than we've already done as
Yeah.
far as damages goes. I think
Yeah.
we're square at this point.
Let's just leave, and we
I
can
agree.
go to where we saw the air balloon.
You can have it if we get all of our items back.
make a persuasion check with disadvantage now. If anyone wants to help in this situation with bardic inspiration.
Was the ruling that you had to be proficient in the thing that we're trying to give help with? Was that the ruling that we had before?
I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Was it not context dependent?
No, it depends what you say. If you want to help him on character, that's the only thing we require you to say something to do so, and then you can roll.
I'm just gonna touch the shell with a little guidance.
Okay.
I'll tell him.
Is guidance got?
There's
Are you doing
verbal.
anything to?
There's
It's
verbal
verbal, yeah.
verbal
Yeah.
and
So
that's it.
if you
I'll,
if you do guidance, it will be considered as you're casting a spell on her face. Are you sure you want to do that?
Can you subtle it?
I have no sorcery points.
Right. Well, in that case, I can.
You
I'll
can't
just say-
convert a spell slot.
Don't space
No,
for
let's
yourself.
Let's not.
No,
Someone
I'll
someone.
Give me one moment here. I'm just gonna.
Okay,
Wait.
okay.
Okay,
I've
guys.
got-
Daryl will just say, look,
Let's resolve the lucky
let's deal
situation.
with
One second, Harold.
I'm fine.
Joey.
Just go ahead and skip over me. It's fine.
Okay.
So no
Uh,
guidance.
well,
Yeah.
No guidance.
Wait.
Okay.
wait.
Cool.
I will say to Yardu, I trust your judgment. And I will use my last sorcery point to subtly cast guidance. So I'm going to give him Bardic Inspiration and guidance.
And I was just
Okay,
going to say, as Errol,
perfect.
this deal will just make all of our lives easier, as are the intentional goal of us meeting here, including, I assume, yours for bringing us in. So it would be within the best interest of all involved to at least think a little bit harder, even though it doesn't sound too favorable at the moment. Hoping to at least mitigate the disadvantage of the persuasion roll.
I have the lucky nugget, which the description you gave me was re-roll a save check or attack before knowing the result.
Mhm.
Can I stack that since it's an item? Or are we already?
Are you giving that away, or you want to use it?
It says I can. This can be used on yourself or another ally you can see.
Right.
You can
So
you
he's
can
got-
use, you can use it.
I can say this is also the sacrifice of a magical item I've been holding on to for
So
5 levels or something.
Yeah, you have.
So,
So-
let's recap. He's got a potential reroll, a Bardic Inspiration, and guidance.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was trying to mitigate the
Anything else?
Well, I think it's gonna be good.
Harold, make a fate roll. This will negate the disadvantage from what you just mentioned to see.
Sure.
So if this is going to be a straight roll.
Alright.
If he wants it, Yardu, I have an empty chocolate wrapper.
I call
Ooh,
it.
yeah, send it to me.
Okay. So you have straight roll, you have Bardic Inspiration, you have the guidance,
Guidance.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have another roll if you need it from Aki.
Okay, just
Yeah.
okay. That's
Before you
already
know the
high
result.
enough, but
You have a
Yes.
D8 and a
piece as
D4.
well. Oh yeah, great. Of course it does have that.
Double ones! Are you
Full nat
joking?
one.
Snake eyes.
22
Just a
though,
classic
it's,
Joku.
It's a 22.
Can I reroll one of those, or is it just a d20s?
D20s.
Yeah, okay. Then it's 22. Hey.
You're holding that? Giving that?
Does that mean you're not using the nugget?
Like, is it for free, or
It's one-time use.
You have to take
then
the
it's
second
gone
roll.
forever? Or
Yeah.
Well, do you think 22 is good enough for this thing?
Is she do we see any Taylor Swift merchandise around her room?
Or Kanye West for the opposite effect?
Yeah, I'm not joking. Is she a Swift fan? A Swiftie? I don't know what they're called. I assume that's what it is.
Swifties.
Hey,
Swifties?
she's pretty
Why do you
Swifter.
know that?
So her
So
fame
you're
might have
pretending not to have
transcended
known what that was. You just
You
no,
see,
yeah,
you see a taxidermy of a goat.
Okay.
realms. Is that the greatest of all time?
Anyway, so you're
Implying?
keeping the
Is it a
22
blonde
together?
goat?
Long goat.
It's a goat that
She's
was
sexy.
a goat that was screaming midway. You could say.
No, does she just have a wig?
Play that video where the
Oh
screaming
wait,
goat.
yes.
Oh wow, that's scary.
She's a Taylor Swift fan. Okay, go for it. 22's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I lock it in. Lock it in.
Yep, 22's fine.
The nugget survives. Okay.
She extends her
At
hand
another level.
to acknowledge the deal. Do you let go of Moss?
Yaga, you really don't have to.
Show us the items first.
She puts her hand into the water and she pulls out with one hand all the items. And they're all there in her hand.
As you look at the water, all of you can make a quick perception check as well.
It's secretly Kool-Aid.
Ooh.
Okay. Only you, actually, Ruan and Errol, Aki 23. Yeah. Ruan, Aaron, and Aki, you notice there is a square shaped. Did she just put her hand inside something gelatinous to get the items? So for a second, you think perhaps she just put her hand in something that looks like a square jelly cube in the water.
Oh no. It's not just her in here.
Juggle will reach out for the wrist spanner. And he will throw it at Harold.
She hasn't given it
Does
to
it
you.
still work?
She hasn't given it to
Oh.
you yet. She's still holding it in her
Oh,
hand.
yeah.
She's waiting for you to give up, Moss.
Yeah, give him the wristband first, make sure it works. I know these can break when they're touched by water.
There is no additional deal in this. I have done my due diligence and agreed to the deal. I have
Was that
not
before or after you
lied
screwed?
to you at all, have I?
No, but if it's broken, you would have, so...
You see, I guess Errol can see it from here. It's still ticking. It's still working from this distance. You can see it.
And the little
Yeah,
frogs are reacting like, oh, this kind of like, kind of soury face. Like,
Actually, I don't know. I think my friend has a point. It is off and it's ticking. It might have been sped up because the water got inside it.
Oh,
I would need to take a look at it.
No. Enough. Yagu, if you're doing this deal, bloody do it. Otherwise, we walk.
Juggle will reach out his arm and eventually the moss will cross over.
No.
And then crawls over onto the hand, and you see her her claws her fingers kind of come together like it's like a cage, and she pulls it back. And then she extends the other arm out and releases the other magical items to you all.
Errol's just gonna take his roast spanner back after that.
So you all get
I'll
your
take-
items back, whatever was taken from you. Then
Like
you
Agdon's fire poker.
Does that include the pearls or only the one things that Agdon took? Just to be sure that then I can
just
go-
only what Agdon took, so you don't get the poker back.
the offering stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna make sure.
Just what Agdon stole from you all. And you see her then, with the hand that she gave, she goes to the side and she reaches for a jar. She pulls it out. She opens it, throws the creature in, closes it, and then she just releases it into the water as you see Moss disappearing into the water. Wow. Yep.
yeah.
She relaxes back. Like I told you before, Zadimus is getting on my nerves. And I am pleased to hear that you would like to take care of him. Then I will give you something to help you do that. Something he gave me, but I have modified it a little bit. It may help you if I assume what he is doing to the people he takes through. But he has something that I want, and I need that. It is a
And
book,
what?
a dark book. Once you've taken care of him, you do not need to bring it back to me, but leave it in my plane of existence, in here. Come past, come through, and leave it somewhere, and I will come and collect it. But do not try to take it away. That is a warning. The item that I also will give you now, I would like it returned back to me too. Come, follow me. And you see her come out of the water, and she opens a back door, eventually taking you through up the stairs into like a dining room. Wooden chairs, again, very, very kind of bug-like, mossy plates that have been left there for a long time, like someone has had a dinner party and just left them there for like years and all. And adorned onto the wall there is these black scissors that emanate some sort of kind of shadowy kind of glow, like a mist to it. And with her hands she picks it up and she says, "Use this. What I am assuming he has been doing is consuming the souls to something. Whoever these people that he has taken are either dead or going to be siphoned. You can use these scissors to snip the tether, potentially stopping them from dying.
The little frogs doing that.
I guess Harold will just hand it to Aki then. He's the middleman. You might know it better than I do.
Okay. Aki will take the scary scissors. How big are these things? Are they just regular, like they're scissor sized, or are they
Nope,
big, scary fast?
they're big, kind of shadowy.
They're comic book. Okay.
Comic book. Yep.
They kind of feel very powerful. It's a very strong magical thing that you are holding, for sure.
So
Okay.
just to be clear, we use those to stop or interrupt that process, then we leave them here with the book for you to collect afterward.
Yes.
What if we accidentally take the scissors with us and leave the book?
I would not advise you to do that.
We won't forget.
Fair enough.
All right.
Well, in that case, anything else, Bavlorma?
Yes. I will tell you the path that you must take to quickly go to the peaks. Follow the stream of vision. And she opens one of her windows and she points towards this kind of like a river that kind of flows directly. You see the direction is kind of going to the thick mist in behind her hut. That will be your guide to the peaks.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you for your hospitality, I guess. With that, we'll be on our way.
She goes past you, opens the door, walks towards goes down the stairs, and opens the door with one of her arms to gesture you to go out.
And Errol will leave.
Does everyone leave?
The little frogs go like that.
Errol doesn't even wave, he's just leaving.
Aki will hover around until he's the last one in the room, if he can.
Could I stare menacingly at just the little frogs, see if I can scare them?
Sure, make an
Yeah,
intimidation
make
check.
Just the wee
Yeah.
frogs. Just the wee frogs, because
You can make it with advantage. As you are doing it, you notice Sir Talabar is like putting these horrible faces to them next to you as well to give you advantage
okay
on
then,
that.
20.
Oh, nice.
I give him a really tusky fang sort of.
You kind of see that one of them starts like in a Twitter, he starts kind of slowly retreating like into the shadow,
Yeah,
Or
just walk him out.
freaked out.
I'll always imagine when Bruce gets really angry because he looks more orcish anyway. If you look closely, that's a half orc. But when he gets really angry, he's like, "Oh shit, orc!"
Yeah.
That's kind of, the orc comes out for a second. You're like,
As Aki, you staying around, Yagu, as you are stepping out, she grabs your shell and brings her head right neck close to your ear, and she whispers, I'll type it and I'll whisper it to what she says to you.
Right.
Hey,
Yogi's never going to talk to us again.
It's my lucky cat. We'll be fine, guys. It's fine.
You can say that, but
Things are always great when Tiff joins me for a game.
So,
And as she says that and moves away from you, she has this big grin on her face, and she lets go of you.
oh yeah, I just shrug it off and keep walking.
And then, Aki, you are the...
Is it in Discord or?
Now put it on in the thingy pop.
I assume it's a private.
Roll
message,
20.
go
Roll
on.
20.
Roll 20.
Do you not see
Okay,
her?
okay. No, I don't actually. That's weird. I always do.
No, it's weird.
Sure, it doesn't matter.
I'll send it to
I
you.
can DM it to you. It's
Yeah, DM it to him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind, sorry. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
As you all leave, Aki is the only one remaining. Is everyone leaving now? Just double checking with Ruin and Ziggy as well.
Yeah, Aki,
Yeah.
Ross did Aki leave last, so.
Okay. Go ahead, Aki.
Aki will just kind of. He looked like he was walking just behind everyone else, but it was intentionally slower. And just when people are kind of round the corner, he'll turn back to ask the traveler, "Do you know if he is here? If Sadimus has him?"
Zadimus. He can't have the traveler.
He's not capable.
Not him. But maybe the other.
Hmm. That is what I was afraid of.
But I do not care of the traveler. He
Oh,
can
I
come
didn't.
and go as he pleases.
Well, I will take that one small piece of good news. And Aki will just turn and go.
She watches you go out, and as she's closing the door, you see her kind of head and her eyes before the door closes. And you guys are outside now, a swampy home.
You want it now, Bruce? I mean, Andy?
Well, Lucky requested it, and you wouldn't have been paying attention to the Discord chat, so I put it
yeah,
there.
you lucky now?
Yeah,
or...
I'm sorry.
No,
No,
worries.
okay, sorry.
If we are okay, should we do that then?
Yeah.
Take a
This
early
is a-
break
this is a-
today?
This is a halfway point rather than going
Yeah, yeah.
until 9. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea actually. Yeah,
That's a
it's
good
been
idea.
quite intense. I feel the tension going here.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone. We will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back. Let's jump back into the story. You guys have just left Bavloma's house, and now you see the river that the stream that she mentioned to follow through. You have Sir Talava as well. What would you like to do?
Right then, should we get going?
I agree. I think we should go and Yagu, thanks. And sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just get this over with.
Agreed.
All right. Are you following the stream?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Direction she gave.
Just
No,
make
we're
a
gonna turn around.
okay. Just make a survival check as a group survival check as you kind of go.
Sure. Alright. Survival. Oh wow!
Survival.
Now you give me the nat 20.
Okay. Errol, you move along quite swiftly, looking, following the stream, and as you kind of go along, you notice something within the stream itself. The stream, you see an animal kind of go and drink the water from the stream, and then before it drinks it, it looks into the stream. For a moment, it just kind of like in a status, and then it drinks the water, and then it just runs off.
And then Arrows is gonna look down the water. Guys, I'd be careful with the water. There's something weird about it.
It wasn't.
What did she call it? The stream of visions.
Mhm.
Yeah, look, we already have a head for that, so maybe we could just avoid using this stream.
Upon hearing that, Bruce sort of like lightly slaps Greenbow and said, "You got anything to say, bitch?"
The head wobbles.
I just hope one day to hear her go, "This is my hell." I really want to be able just to talk to her, just talk shit with her, and she just snatches me all the time. I really want that to happen.
Potentially.
Fuck you, green one.
I'm just imagining like a shrunken head at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Oh, dear.
Something.
Drop my coffee.
Oh god. Hope it didn't
It's
spill.
closed, though.
Oh, it's closed.
Yeah, it's
Okay, I was
closed.
like,
Oh, that's lucky.
it's like
I've learned from that.
all right.
With that in mind, Daryl's not really gonna look into the water. Just give everyone a heads up about the animal that drank it and stared into it.
Yeah. And as you kind of continue on, you do see from time to time, even birds that kind of fly past over you. You see them kind of look down, and they're momentarily just floating and drifting before they catch themselves and kind of fly past across the thing. Please let me know if anyone changes their mind to want to look into the stream river. It's up to you guys. If none of you do, we can move on.
Actually, all of you can, if you guys want, you can make some kind of check to ascertain, not inside the water, but just maybe do an Arcana check or nature or something on those lines to maybe figure out if the water could be dangerous or not.
23. Arcana.
I'll do
Okay.
a nature, but
I'll do a nature
alright.
check.
That's a 21 nature.
20 man.
Okay. If you're okay with that, Mo, I'll take this. You sense, Siggy, a very strong divination magic coming from the water. These waters could potentially reveal prophecies. Herald, you feel magic, like a very strong fey magic. It's not related, it's not like a dark magic from you will get from a hag. It feels to be a natural effect of the land.
With like a spare little bottle, I'll take some while we're just strolling along, just in a little bottle, just seal it.
Harold is still just gonna keep going on. No.
How do you bottle it without looking at it?
Well,
You just-
I have mage hands.
Close your eyes.
It can hold a vial.
I'll say without looking to it at all, just for a second, on a glimpse, as you kind of like try not to look at it, you see like a reflection in a rock kind of thing, and for a second you just see a very unusual looking tall palace, all wrapped on vines, like almost like bramble, very lots of it. And for a second, you see that on the garden structure of this palace, there seems to be some creatures kind of like frozen in this kind of time stasis, enclosed in these black rocks, just for one quick second as you do that. You've never seen this palace before, but it's massive, like a huge in proportion.
Right.
Do we roll for something there? Sorry, look, carry on and I'll speak.
Yeah, I'll just use mage hand to like scoop up in like with like holding a vial. Just add prophecy water to my inventory or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Harold is-
Potentially, you could. Any of you who will want to do something like this, you will potentially maybe check the reflection on that water portion that you take afterwards. So.
I did a wee
Harold's
roll
gonna
there
ignore it.
to say that because Bruce's been told the water's dangerous, be careful. So his instincts are to keep an eye, just to like watch out for it. I decided to do a wee roll to see if, while he's glancing at it, he suddenly gets, oh, and he has rolled low, so he's failed that. So as his glances get longer and longer, he ends up staring at the water for too long.
Okay. As you stare at the water, you see the rest of you just see Bruce stop, and as you do, you begin to see in front of you Bruce, and everyone else also sees what he's seeing. You see yourselves standing, but then surrounded by 7 other youths, all carrying weapons. And you're standing there trying to, not knowing what's happening, but they're coming in and they look frustrated, angry, and annoyed with you. And they become closer and closer as they draw their weapons high and swing down towards you before you snap out of it.
His sword is out. He's just. Damn it.
Well, we should get moving then. You alright, Bruce?
You notice that Sir Talavar is also staring into the water, kind of like frozen as well.
Yeah. Bruce grabs him and just takes him. He's like, nope, don't.
Oh,
Terrible idea.
no. This is not possible. What was that? What is this?
It's not real. It's not real.
I think is this means it's gonna happen?
No, it's bullshit.
That was Sibylla's palace. That was horrible.
Hey, Tanavar, look at me. It's all bullshit. Apparently, if it's real, there's 7 other me's. And there's only one of me. It's bullshit.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, thank you. And he kind of like settles in again.
Like I said, weird Feywater shit, but it happens.
Yeah.
We should get going.
Let's go. Right.
As you all start walking away, I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. That is
This
a
is
17.
usually where it goes poorly.
Oh no!
Oh,
Why did I take
surprise,
resilient
surprise.
feet in the first place?
Okay. Siggy and Aki. Bruce, you keep focus on the water once more for a second, but you start seeing the same that you saw again. But you, Aki, and Ziggy, you also find yourselves just staring to the water.
Can I
Also.
Can I get Bruce and just start dragging him away? I'm assuming
Ugh.
the 17 pass.
Yeah, you see Bruce, so you have enough time to just drag Bruce, and you feel
Ah.
Bruce the same vision again.
Let's go.
Could I
And then-
try to throw an Eldritch Blast to reverberate the water? Maybe that'll help.
If you spread the water out, we're just gonna see more of it. Just keep your eyes
Well,
closed or to the opposite direction.
You want to do that, Lucky?
Yeah,
I mean, Ruben?
I'll throw. I'm gonna close my eyes and put my hand out, and then I'm just gonna shoot a blast of Eldritch energy at the water.
Okay. Everyone except Ruben make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh Christ! Hooray!
I clearly fail it. All right.
All right. So, Bruce, you are fine this time, and Yagu, you are fine too. But everyone else, you start seeing these visions as the water splashes, and it creates like almost like a column of water, and on the beach itself that splash. What do they see more? Do you want me to do any vision, or you wanna do which one?
Wait, I just did that. You do it. You do one, and I'll do the other one.
I'll do maybe Siggy then, if it's okay.
I'll do Aki.
All right. So Siggy, for a second, as the water splashes, you see yourself in a very dark dungeon. There are many cells around. 6 cells that you can see all around you. There is water that covers all the way to your chest, and you find yourself floating on this water. You hear dripping, and the humidity of the place and the darkness of it makes you feel so unease and such a strong pressure. You are not on the material plane, you know that. And next to you, in an opposite cell, you see what it seems to be a woman. She's got like kind of like a bob hair, like to that. She's wearing some kind of unusual leather jacket, but you notice for a second, as you look at her face, she's almost has this unusual shine to her face. Make a perception check.
All right.
You kind of like don't really realize what's happening to her until you notice that her eyes are not really closed, they just semi-open, but she's actually inside the water for a second, and you see her descending, and she sits on the bottom of the water, and she seems to be breathing okay inside that water. You hear things moving, and you see these black ooze things, like a blob, kind of like sliding on the walls, getting close to you. Like,
Do I have any equipment with me?
as you check yourself, you don't have anything on you. You have your clothes, but that's it.
Jacket lady, you got anything? What is this? I don't take well to prisons.
You hear like a weird wiring sound, like an automaton is kind of returning to consciousness, and she emerges from the water and looks at you. Who are you? What are you? You shouldn't be here.
Yep. Wow, someone's just... You're a real detective, you know that? Why am I here?
Give me back the holy symbol of Ravenkind. Why did you take it off me?
I didn't take shit, this was given to me.
What? You have it? Show me.
Yeah. No. It's
It's
mine.
mine.
No, it was literally given to me.
You see the creatures get closer and closer and closer, and before your mind kind of gets cloudy again, you hear a very loud voice coming from far away saying, "No! Stop!" And everything goes completely silent, and you are back on yourself. You sounded like angry and sour, and at the same time so powerful.
Right, another thing to add to the list.
Alright. As the splash continues around Aki, your vision coming out of the water, you just see appearing a red ancient dragon. Splashing out, and right behind it there is this ancient gold dragon, and you see them tussling and fighting, and at first you're just thinking, I've seen this before. I've seen this when we were in Waterdeep. But you see surrounding them is the cosmos, is stars, as if that they are traveling through something, and they're tussling and fighting. And as it does, you see the dragon turn, the red one, look towards you. And as it looks towards you,
Oh shit.
you... At first you think, is this the same dragon that was there in Waterdeep? No. This is a different ancient dragon, and you recognize it. But there is no name that comes out of your mouth. As the water splashes across your face, you just come out of it, and Harold, as the water is splashing towards you, everything around you momentarily just stops. The water kind of stops in front of you, and you see something shimmering in there. And as you kind of get curious and look closer, you see...
I changed the description a little there, just to...
Oh yeah. You see this very thin, kind of a very thin, pointy, it looks like a steel dagger, but there's something grim about it. At the top of it, you see a skull, and it has red eyes, and they're looking right at you.
And then Harold's just gonna take a closer look at it.
You take a closer look. It's more in detail now. You can see the kind of the spiraling from the skull at the top, kind of spirals a little bit before it becomes into this kind of thin, long kind of dagger, and it's all very shiny and silver. But it's the eyes that keep looking at you, almost as if you recognize it, or you should recognize it. Do you reach for it?
Yes.
As your hand goes into the water and you grab it, you hear words in your head. You can never escape. And then the water just splashes across your face. And no dagger in your hand. Nothing around you. Then you see Yagu continue to kind of walk on as as you see Ruin just kind of... you've just splashed a whole lot of water on everyone, and everyone's just kind of now kind of a bit dazed and try to grasp things in weird positions. But yes, that's what you all see.
How do you react, Ruin, when you see that you throw this bolt into the water and everyone gets splashed? In the moment you turn your face, you see all wet. How do you everyone a bit wet? How do you react to that?
I just want to add that as Errol's coming down, he's just seeing basically a panic attack, someone hyperventilating.
Are you okay? Are you guys all alright?
This place.
Bullshit visions.
I'm-
All bullshit.
I just
Well,
leave.
What those two said.
I don't know. Mine line unfortunately up with some things.
Well, you know what the good part about a vision is, right? It's
I've
Never
just
had
one
a
yet.
vision.
It's just that. It's just a vision.
As
Doesn't
you
mean
look
anything.
as you look at them for a second on the water reflection of the shields and different weapons and armors on your companions, you start to realize that you yourself are in a vision too. For a second, as everything gets dark, ruin, you see an obsidian obelisk, huge, thin, like pointy, kind of like in a pyramidal shape on the top, and you're in a chamber. You see a creature that you recognize. You've seen him before. Sadimos Fang, walking, pacing, as he drags an unconscious body that is next to him into this concave area that you reside in when you see that this magical barrier appears and you see a creature there for a second as you seem to be looking. Are you looking? It feels like you are inside the obsidian structure, but it seems to be glass to you. You are actually realize that you are inside that monolith obelisk, and you are looking outwards and you see he seems to keep
Do I
doing
recognize who he's dragging? Do
Make
any
a
of the
perception.
corpses?
Make a perception check.
Oh no.
I'm back, boys.
You've had one
Single
good roll.
digits! Hooray!
Yeah.
They
The
can
only
hear you.
the only thing you see that is inevitable, you see that the creature he's dragging is got feathers. That's all. It seems to be some kind of bird-like creature. As you are inside there, kind of like in the moment you focus to see what this creature is, you see Sadimo's face stares on your direction inside the monolith. And in the moment,
Can you see me?
you hear a loud boom, like a boom, like you've been thrown out of this memory, out of this vision, and you are back where you are.
That was intense.
Are all of you okay? You look like you've seen all ghosts.
Yeah, dude,
Hey Yagi, do me a favor. Look at that water real quick.
I'm just done.
Don't
Yeah,
listen
dude,
to the idiots.
I appreciate your lighthearted gestures. I would rather just move on.
You know how I know all those visions are bullshit, even if they seem real? Well, my one, there were 7 of me. 7, could you imagine 7 of me? It's the most bullshit thing in the world.
Wait,
No
you all
danger,
saw-
that's real.
Did you all see something for yourselves?
I would rather not talk about it. I would rather just move on.
I saw more crap I'm gonna have to deal with eventually.
I saw the water deep dragons.
You
You
did?
did?
Oh, good. Dragons. That's the worst word you could have used.
I know, kind of hags are the worst thing right now.
And anyone else gonna mention? Oh, anyone else want to mention?
Actually,
something?
Aki, you think to yourself, are you intentionally saying something that you think to yourself that that was not one of the dragons, was the one from Waterdeep, but the other one was not.
Yeah.
But
But
it's up
that's-
to
I-
you to say however you want to say. But just to clarify, as Ross, like
Yeah. I know.
okay, cool.
And what did they do, Aki? May I ask?
They fought and fell through the universe, and there was some creepy eye contact. You know how things seem to recognize me sometimes, or I recognize them. That.
Interesting. Aki, I think, and again, like I said, visions are just that. They're just visions after all. They're, could be real, could be not. I saw Zatimus.
You know where he is?
No, not even the faintest idea. But
You see my mom?
no. Hold on a second. I'll explain. He was dragging some sort of feathery corpse.
Corpse?
Yeah, he was dragging bodies into. Was it a pit, Cisco, or like a?
Yeah, there was like in the individual kind of holes. Like imagine like a sphere that is being cut, so a sphere on the ground, on the actual structure.
Then the way Ruin will describe it, he dragged him into these.
Everything seemed very alien to you. You could see as on the sky of the place there was like all these things happening, like stars being born and dying, like all these colors like distorted, like almost like reality was warping, like it was impossible to comprehend what you could see around out of the actual chamber where you saw the vision.
Okay.
Do you describe that?
Yeah, I'll try to describe it like that, and then I'll just finally say he dragged the corpses into these like half sphere like coffins, and I only saw the one really feathery body.
Did it look like an owl?
I'm not sure, honestly. I was kind of just in awe struck. It felt like I was in some sort of obsidian obelisk.
Has anybody ever been to a demi-plane before?
What?
That's what she called it.
A demi-plane?
Where Zatimus should be. I don't know how they're different to regular planes, but maybe that's what you saw.
Can I try an Arcana check to even see if Errol knows if that's on the mark or not?
I'm gonna do the same. I've been trying to do some reasoning.
While they're doing that,
you could do history as well if you want.
While they're doing that,
or history.
Can I try to collect a bottle of water?
I've already got some.
Yeah.
Sure.
As you collect the water,
I want
you also see kind of the same kind of vision of this castle covered with bramble, and outside there are people frozen in stasis, in that little kind of bottle swirling. It's like a unknown why it's showing you something different, but that's what Ziggy has in his bottle as well.
So I got a 17 on that Arcana check.
Mo, you want me to do this or you do?
You go ahead.
Yeah. You gather as you think of demi-planes and what a demi-plane could mean. Different things come to your mind. The main thing is that demi-planes are created by very powerful creatures. For you to be able to create a demi-plane, there is a spell that could do that, but these kind of demi-planes that are permanent take a lot of power. So the first thing you think is that whoever made it must be a very powerful, like beyond adventurer level power, beyond level 20 in terms of you think the most powerful thing. Maybe the only creature you can think of that you will know on this power, maybe the evil Sastan that everyone knows from your childhood. Something like that, like a very powerful wizard.
Or a god.
Or a god, yeah.
So it's whoever Zadimus' sugar daddy is then.
I can't think of too many people who could create demiplanes, but it doesn't seem like Zadimus himself would be able to do it, because if he were, then why go through all the charade of...
You also think, as well, just a quick last thing, with a 17, you also have heard of demiplanes opening, portals opening, because you are all about portals and stuff like that. And you heard of places called shadow crossings, and it could be all crossings to anywhere. You experience it yourself. You went to with Yagu in a far realm crossing, so or whatever you were, something like that. So they could be open naturally as well.
That's what that was. That's why I couldn't get us home. Yagu, back when we were in the Shadowfell Temple, why we went to where we were before we came upon the mine, it was a shadow crossing. It's sort of a portal that leads to these demi-planes that powerful beings, like gods or pretty damn close to gods, create. So I've never, besides that time, I've heard of them, but I've never really seen one.
I think I want
But
everyone to game while this is happening. I need everyone to just make a history check, a general history check. This is going to be kind of going.
I was thinking that actually, just
if Aki, if what you're
thinking
suggesting
back.
is true, it wouldn't be Zadimus who would have created it. It'd be
1, 2, 3.
Oh wow, that was.
My God, that
It
was
would
awful.
be it would be his.
boss.
Yeah.
It would be someone on the level of, to give an example, Saz Tam, but he rules the Red Wizards.
Bruce and Ziggy. Ziggy would remember this from potentially what Errol has been saying about rifts opening. But Bruce, you kind of maybe you've been on the road, I think, a lot longer, and you potentially have seen things like that. You remember that when Bryn died, the places around where you guys were, where he died, looked different. It was a different forest. Like like a small area of another realm had shifted in, and whatever these creatures are that you fought there and then were not from this realm. And this has been happening to you all. No matter which realm that you guys have gone through, there has been places where
Bleeding, no?
bleeding. Yeah, realms
Yeah.
are starting to
Yeah.
bleed into it. You're uncertain why or what this is at the moment, but it kind of clicks to you that this has been happening for a while.
I think
Yeah,
Bruce
you both also remember that when you found the Book of the Raven, when you did that tale and went into that mansion, there was a portal underneath the bed of the girl that only opened a certain time, and that was the crossing to the Shadowfell that you actually already discussed, but it's also another one.
All right,
That
Bruce
would have
just-
been Bruce. Ziggy wasn't there for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bruce had
that's
to
true,
put this
actually,
into
yeah.
words actually.
Yeah, it's true, it's true.
Is that right? The way this is, you're describing this. We've seen quite a few of these things, Aki. It's one world's bleeding into another. It's like a river's burst its banks. It's just starting to spread across the land. It's not controlled anymore. The vegetation's gone, so it can't keep the river in check. That's what it sounds like to me. Whatever's keeping the realms in check is gone. And then river, in this case the realms, bursting their banks and bleeding across the land. That's what it seems like to me, but what's making realm vegetation go? What's making it disappear?
Whatever it is, it's beyond us.
Intentional disruption.
Harold, you
Yeah.
also know that, based on what Bavloma said, that Zadimus has been doing this for a long time. So whatever this demiplane is, it's been there for a while.
It seems to me, though, disrupting this sort of thing is a hell of a lot easier than just making it.
Well,
But he's taking people there
I
and
have
coming back alone. A
The
lot.
thing is, Zatimus, elves are old, but I think even for my race's standard, he's maybe older than that. He's been doing this for a lot longer than what I could even imagine even other elves, even wizard elves can do.
If he's a
Especially-
follower of who we think, I guess time is a little different.
Ruin,
Right.
you said this thing was obsidian, yeah?
The from where I was sitting or standing, I was observing him from behind like an obsidian glass obelisk. Yeah.
Right. Well, that sounds like it might be important. It's a good thing obsidian's really fucking brittle. We can break that. Let's go.
I agree. We gotta.
If there's people being held in there, and they've been taking people there for a long time, we
Aki,
have a lot of evacuation to do before we sunder it.
Well, let's.
guys, it's beyond us on our own. We're gonna need the traveler. We should get to the mission with him.
Yes, and now let's try to
Demi
travel.
Blaine's alone. That's beyond all of us.
Yeah, let's try to rest while we travel too.
All
We
right.
might not have a choice.
Well, before you know it, the mist around you becomes thicker, and you see Sir Talavar kind of looking around, nodding his head in confirmation as he knows it's drawing closer to the place.
Yes, we are close.
You ready to do your thing, little guy?
Are you all ready?
Oh, and Sir Televar, no hard feelings. It was very desperate. I'm sorry for my friend. It's not a good place for
No,
him.
it's kind of my fault. I should have been more clear with you. I was a bit scared. I didn't know you. I didn't know who to trust anymore. And apologies on my side. I shouldn't have lied to you. And he looks towards you, see.
But towards Ziggy, I guess gesturing to him to reach up his hand for a handshake, just to make this easier on all of us.
We get on with this.
Well, to be honest with you, if you are gonna be traveling through, we have to all somehow touch each other. If you get loose, you might get lost on the mist. You have to follow me. Only I can take you through.
Just hands this time, right?
I mean, just like you could put each other's hand on the shoulder or grab each other. Just keep the connection.
Could we use rope instead? Do we have?
It has to be your body towards
Just
someone
hold
else's
hands,
body.
Ruin.
Oh,
Stop being
God.
so insecure.
Hold hands then, I
Come
guess,
on.
to whoever's nearby.
I'll
Yeah.
just go and sit on Yagu's shell.
Ruin is really just a
Chop you
14,
off.
13-year-old boy, isn't he? Oh, hand holding.
He's too good for that. Too good.
Gay,
As you see,
How many times has everyone heard that when they were at 13? It's like, just fucking hold that.
you see that Sir Talavar, who is actually holding Sir Talavar.
I think he was on my shoulder, wasn't he? So
Yeah, so he will stay there, and he's kind of like one of his hands is kind of like holding you, Bruce, but he's flying on the air while he's doing that, and you see he starts to twist with his hand on you, on your shoulder. He starts to twist really fast and fly in the air in a twisting motion, and as he starts doing that, you see sparks of silver start protruding for him from his scales. Everything turns silver where he was pink before, and all these shoots and kind of like mist starts to actually open the actual mist where you are, and everything starts to part, and you see a path as he is leading you forward. He keeps opening and opening, and it feels like a very unusual feeling, like you are in between two realms. As you all, sorry, you're going.
I just said, right in, let's go. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
All right. As you all kind of step through, who's the last person that? Well, who's the last in the chain?
Oh, that will be me.
Okay.
Yep.
Yagu, as you instinctively just kind of look back and you see that you're stepping into the mist, but the stream that you were kind of following it's not there anymore. It just like it never existed. The land looks a little different, like it's shifted or it's changed. You're unsure what your friends saw was true or false. This place is confusing. However, as you follow through, the mist all surrounds you all. You all begin to hear voices, things that make you curiously look to the left and right. Some things try to tempt you to walk away, but with your determination and a goal in hand, eventually you break away out of the mist. And as you do, you enter into the Silent Peaks.
Dun dun dun.
The
You
whole...
see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go, Mom.
Yeah.
Keep going, sorry.
The whole atmosphere is changed. Everything is different. None of the colors and vibrancy is there. It is non-existent. Bruce, as you're the first person to step out, the first thing that you feel and also hear is the crunching underneath your foot. The grass underneath you is almost as if it's brittle and frozen. And then you immediately see that the trees around you as well, they're all this black. But it's not as if they're withering. It's almost as if this petrification, that it's completely black petrification. And everything is almost in a frozen state. And it is endless. The mist around you creates this wall, and in front of you, this is all you see at the moment. Sir Talava is there with you as well. Slowly, one by one, you all begin stepping in, and the sound almost as if echoes through the place as you all step through, and you hear the cracking underneath your footstep, breaking the grass underneath you.
Talava, is it supposed to be like this? Frozen and petrified.
I mean, I haven't been here since I was a child, but I don't remember it being this bad. The people of the land said this place is cursed, but it's much worse than I expected.
That would have been nice to know sooner.
I did mention that no one went there. Not that it's cursed. I might have held that back, but I did say no one speaks about it or goes there anymore.
To be fair, we didn't exactly come here expecting sunshine and rainbows. We came here expecting a rescue from dangerous conditions. So
I mean, we would. I was expecting to go into the Feywild, which is sunshine and rainbows, so that is what I was expecting, but also apparent horror as well. So technically, I wasn't expecting sunshine and rainbows.
No wonder my dad didn't live here. No wonder he got
Your voices, as you actually speak, sound distorted. Like imagine like if you were too far or too close as you speak, everything sounds like so weird. Like if you are inside a box sometimes, or too loud. And as you look for a second, you see this cordillera, all these mountains that join each other in a continuation, but everything around you is pitch black crystal, like almost like obsidian itself.
And I'll just look to Ruin and gesture this.
Oh, you want me to telepath? And I'll say that in his head.
And I guess Harold will just say out loud, does it sound normal? As a question.
Even the voices in your head have a certain distortion.
Could I investigate like the grass or the land around us to see if I can glean anything? What you said it might have been cursed, but maybe it's arcana, obviously.
As you bend over and you touch the grass, it breaks, but there's no coldness. It is it just crumbles in your hand. It's like brittle texture.
Is it almost like
I'm just-
crunchy leaves, like in autumn?
Yeah, but
Just-
there is absent of life definitely within
Yeah.
it.
And it's neither cold or hot. It just feels like you're holding nothing in your hand.
Just
Can
a shot in the
I-
dark. I'm just gonna pull out my wrist banner and take a look at it if it reacts in any different way.
No,
Okay, never mind.
nothing
Okay.
around here.
I was just gonna like. pat in the
It's
dark.
just
Have
not
I-
reacting at all. That's what's happening.
Hmm.
Have I heard anything of this realm or just anything in my times?
No.
Okay.
Nothing. This is all new and confusing to all of you.
We can
This is where he brought my family.
Well,
we can try the dome. See if
that
we
means
speak
we
freely there.
are in progress.
This is like being Vistani. Aki will take the serpent's fang off of his back and try and hand it to Ruin. And you're down a weapon, are you not?
It's fine. I have. Thank you.
This is not that useful to me. If you take it, it has its moments.
Thank you. And the rest of it just gets kind of cut off.
You take the weapon.
Trying not. Yeah, I'll take the weapon.
No, as you grab the weapon, you see it shrink to your size.
It's called the serpent.
Serpent's
fang.
fang.
The blue one.
You mean it's
The very.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It should be a longsword rare.
Okay. I'll try to take time while we're going and try to bond with the weapon.
Do you guys move ahead?
Let's
Alright.
go.
As you move ahead, continuing the sound of crunching underneath your foot, I need everyone to make a survival check.
Gotcha.
Will you say they are within actually, yeah. It will be a disadvantage, actually.
Disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't get any worse than what I got, but we'll see. No.
Oh shoot! Hold on a second. Stop that.
16
15.
for me.
9 for me.
15.
13.
Oh.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Ruin. You all continue to kind of walk along a certain path, but Ruin, you're using the trees around to kind of just perch on to give a better view of the place. And as you do, you look to the right and you see tracks. What are tracks doing here? And
Wait. I apologize. Do I recognize the tracks?
you see tracks, and you also see like big, like you don't see the footprints, but you see indentations, like something large has been walking, and tracks.
I'll point it out to the rest of the group and tracks ahead.
Aki will
Watch out.
rush over. Aki will rush over, trying to see if that's what he thinks it is.
As you look at it, you see that they look like wooden, like wheel tracks, and potentially being pulled by some large creature.
So it's Wogmith tracks.
When you look at it in more detail, they don't necessarily leave like footprints, but there's indentations, and the size of the compressed on the floor, potentially Wogmiths.
This could be them, Rune.
Possible
Can
it
you
is.
Can you see where they go from up there?
I'll fly up a little bit higher and I'll try to focus using my golden eye. It'll turn into just a slit,
Make a perception
and I'll
check.
try to, yeah.
All wisdom checks
Can I
are at
guidance?
disadvantage. actually.
Oh, wisdom
Ooh.
checks out with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Thank
Can
you.
I guidance it?
Yeah.
Okay. Disadvantage. Okay, that's not terrible.
12.
For disadvantage, at least.
You can
16.
16. You can see the direction that is moving, but you don't see anything as of yet. But you
Can we
can.
glean? Can we
Just
glean why
to-
we're doing wisdom checks? We have an disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna explain actually. The reason why they are disadvantage in terms of that, as you actually focus on the terrain, you see that it seems the space around you seems to stretch and compress
been
randomly.
warped.
So as you look, maybe you see something that is very far, and then you walk 1 feet and it's right there in your face. So it feels like things are just moving around you. Yeah.
Got you.
All right. Do you follow it,
We can,
Ruin?
Of course, and then I'll try to motion to the others and sprinkle my fairy glitter all over the floor.
well, that sounded weird.
All right.
Ah.
Well, there is no fairy glitter anymore.
Ah, yes. Then I will just try to motion them forward and keep my eyes out for anything that looks dangerous.
Okay. And as you hop from tree to tree, the rest of you following along as he points in direction, eventually, Ruin, you see structure, almost like a line of buildings, a couple of them tall. You hear a large crunch, like something's moving and shifting around it.
As soon as that sound goes off, I'm gonna touch Bruce and cast Long Strider on him.
Okay. You have an extra 10 feet of movement.
Yep.
Ooh. How long
There's
does
a
it last?
reason. Yep. 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. I'll just put myself up to 50.
All right. Do you guys approach? What do you do?
I think he's gonna stay back, but like still at the ready, maybe pulling out either one of his candles or like his cards, just in case something happens.
All right.
Do I have enough time to cast one more spell, or is it only the one? It's up to.
Nothing's reacted. You could do as whatever you want.
I'm casting Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Oh, sweet.
How does what happens when you cast? How does it look
So-
like?
Normally, Harold would just be fidgeting around with his Rift Spanner, and then touch it onto his birthmark that he has on his neck, and then he'll say, "Please, shadows of peace, please, restore back those winds lost of mine, and use it to aid to all my friends. Sylvanas, please, I ask this of you." And then he'll tap it, and dark green will surround everybody, as you'll notice that your feet are slightly lighter, and instead of making loud like noises, it's slightly muffled. Armor sounds are just slightly muffled on you, so that's just my way of saying you get an extra 10 of stealth.
All right.
As you cast the spell, as normal, you will expect everything to be this kind of greenish looking, but it becomes black, blue, red, purple, and the colors of your actually spell seems to be distorted as well in an unusual way. For a second as well, any of you who were to look up into the sky will see what it feels like space. You are floating. The land where you are seems to have no end, and as you look up, you see just stars, hues, like all these different black holes, like any kind of thing. On the sky is so crazily populated by things that keep appearing, disappearing, moving, twisting, warping, and it just hurts your mind just to look at it.
Is that what I saw in the background of the vision with the dragons?
No.
No.
Can I glean that we're about to walk into somewhere particularly dangerous? Yeah, is that pretty obvious? I'm guessing.
That was just Harold's guess. That's why he was doing both those.
You're
things.
unsure? Nothing's made a movement or said anything or done anything.
Okay.
Harold's
I'd like to use one of my displacement whiskers. How long does that last for again? It doesn't have a specific.
1
time. I
minute.
think it's 1 minute.
Might want to hold on to that.
You could
Right,
just
thank you. I'll hold on to
Harold is
Right.
just gonna separate slightly from the group and just try to walk slightly slower and basically take on a more stealthy approach of these two buildings.
Okay. As you begin approaching, make a stealth check.
Gotcha.
Buildings, I don't see
So
buildings.
this one is going to be an extra +10 because of whatever I get here. That is a 25 total.
25? Alright. You move through. Yeah. As you move through, slowly, you get closer and closer, and then you almost see color, but it's very, very dull as well. And you see wood, and then you begin to see this building, and then you see wheels, and then you're like, wait, I know this. This is a caravan. Oh, it's Aki's caravan. And
And
there
I'll just-
you also see a Wogmith at the end of it, but it looks slumped, and you see that it is wounded.
And I will look back at Ruin and I will just gesture this very furiously as to not say anything.
I'll telepath to him.
And everything you just said, I'm just going to keep repeating in my head.
Let me check with the rest of the group via my head.
And Harold is just going to stay on standby and just have an air moving.
I'll telepath to each of them one at a time. Do you all think I should try to read its thoughts? And I'll start with Aki, and then go to Yagu, Ziggy, and then Bruce.
The Wogmith?
The Wogmith, yes.
I don't know if they have thoughts you can read.
It's always worth a shot.
If Bruce will say, try it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 votes for yes, and then Yagu and Ziggy.
Yeah, I will go with whatever the party wants.
Okay.
Can you understand? I don't know how intelligent they are. Can you understand them? Even if you did.
I've never tried to understand. Would I know if I could understand a Wogmith?
What's the spell that you're using?
Detect thoughts. I'm not using it yet. I just want to know if I could understand a
As
Wogmith.
per the spell, does it have like...
I will post it in the thing.
That wasn't me trying to be
Oh,
meta.
oh.
Just that was like Ziggy asking, "Do you think that will even work?"
Oh, does someone have the helmet of understand like comprehend languages?
Well,
Yeah, the creature in intelligence 3 or lower doesn't speak any language.
Would it be...
I
needing
have
to
the
try
helm.
to ask if we would, any of us would know that?
And I motion to. I'm gonna.
Aki would have a concept of how smart or stupid this thing is.
you know it's a beast of burden, so its intelligence very, very low.
It's your odds of getting anything out of a Wogmith are not great.
I understand, and let's continue to sneak past it. No
Actually,
need to fight it.
Just a quick second as well. I was listening to it. So you tried to contact into the mind of the Wasmith.
No.
No.
I was deciding whether
Thinking
or
of
not to.
thinking of whether okay, cool.
Yeah, I discussed it
No
with
worries.
the group beforehand.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Ruin is having its glow up. He's maturing.
Right.
Harold is just basically scouting, watching for anything hostile
hear-
while they're having a conversation.
You hear this long groan coming from the creature, the Wogmith.
That's what I sound like when I wake up.
And then you hear another creature.
And Harold, he's gonna tap on his bird symbol and cast Speak with Animals because it's not concentration, so he'll just have that active on himself. And while they're groaning, does he hear anything in their speak, basically?
No, you don't hear it. You hear something, finding something very difficult to speak. Potentially also wounded.
Right, should I move in with stealth then?
If you want to, remember you'll get a +10.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep, I'm all for
Well-
sneaking around these guys.
Sneak away.
25.
Yes, 25
God.
gang,
No,
30.
no.
20.
Can I
30
guidance myself
plus
as we do
10.
this?
31.
Oh, can anyone beat that?
Please, Please, not on that
35
one.
is the best one.
You get
Perhaps. Oh no.
18.
18 plus.
Are you kidding?
18.
Damn it,
I have a 19.
No Yagu falls, starts to roll, going. Dun, 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 dun. Yagu, what are you doing? It's a muffled sound. Don't worry.
It's distorted, don't worry about it.
Startled. I love it.
Distortle.
Wait. Is there a problem if things speak in the mind? Sorry.
The thing is, all beasts speaking gibberish, as they are confused and disoriented a little bit.
Okay. So that's not the case then. Okay, thank you. All right. As you all begin moving slowly, there is this large crunch as Yagu, you step on a root of a tree which just snaps, just breaks under your foot, and just kind of disintegrates under your weight. And you hear, Yagu, in your mind, who's there? Please, don't hurt me anymore.
Do I sense anything where it's coming from, or?
It's in your mind, so you don't sense the direction it's coming from. But
Can
you do.
talk back, or I said it in my mind.
Who are you? Are you come to take me away, like you did the rest?
If you tell me who you are and where you're at, maybe I can.
Please, just leave us alone. We are wounded. We have nowhere to go.
Okay, then I leave you alone, I guess.
You hear the beast just as it kind of rumbles and moves a little bit, shifts. You see as it shifts, the whole caravan kind of shudders behind it as well. Those that have come closer without being seen can make a perception check. I guess that's everyone actually, apart from Yago.
Oh,
Errol, Ruin, and Bruce, you all see the Wogmith. You recognize it immediately, but kind of nestled in, you see this kind of strange looking creature with a long kind of snout, and it looks like it's holding his kind of chest, and it looks like it's got some kind of darkness wound that seems to be kind of spreading across his body, and it's kind of holding in, trying to hide in the fur of the Wogmith itself, looking kind of towards the direction of where Yago made the sound, but has not noticed any of you.
If folk are okay with that, Bruce would see it and go straight towards it, because thinking, that's a Wogmith, that's Aki's Wogmith, and wait a minute, who's that? We would go straight towards it if everyone's okay. Let you know it was a lower perception check than Errol's and Ruins.
Okay.
Errol's gonna still stay back and just gesture to Bruce, like, just to actually go for it, like encouraging. And he'll also pull out a potion of healing. Like,
don't we want to? I'll telepath. We need to keep moving and try to find Zadimus and Aki's caravan.
This is my caravan.
And I'll say telepathically, this is them.
If this is the only survivor, then we can just leave with them, right?
No.
Ribbit, we can talk using Gripply. Croak.
Ribbit croak. We should find out.
I'm sorry.
Ribbit croak.
This is now going to be a thing. We have to say those words whenever we speak in Gripply.
Yes, it's so good. Ribbit croak.
Bruce points at his belt and with the number 3, and he's got 3 potions already.
And Errol will point at his gesture too.
Right. So Bruce will go towards the wounded individual.
Okay. As you move towards it, you immediately hear thoughts in your head. Oh, please don't come any closer. No, please don't hurt us anymore.
And Bruce, can Bruce respond in his head?
Yeah.
Not gonna hurt you. And he's going to not say anything else. He'll walk towards it and he'll have a look at who this is.
You see the beast of burden kind of start trying to move away from you, trying to turn its head to see who's coming. It's very, very scared. And again, you see this kind of like a dobby drape cloth with a long kind of snouty elephant nose, but a very tiny creature with kind of big round eyes. You would know this as a Kilmungus, Kilmulis,
Kilmulis, yeah.
Kilmulis.
or a brownie.
Yeah, or brownie. Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know what this is. You've never seen it. Only I think Aki's only seen one of these before.
Or he'll walk up to. I'll probably have to do animal handling to just kind of let the Wogmith let me get closer. While also I'm saying, it's all right, it's all right. He's going to gesture to Aki. Please come up with me, please. Animal handling. Aki, help me. Never mind. 25. I calm the Wogmith.
You see it kind of turn its head, and his eyes kind of widen in recognition, seeing you before. And you see it kind of calm down, but you see that there is this kind of gaping wound that some either blade or actually something kind of penetrated it, like a almost sphere-like, and has left this kind of necrotic wound across its body. You see a similar wound on this creature as well, but it looks like it's expanded far more, and this creature just looks like it's withering away.
And I would just like to note I'm still keeping a lookout in case anything pops out from anywhere.
Got you. Bruce will say to Aki, necrotic energy, ribbit, croak.
Oh. Aki will walk up. Oh, beastie. And he'll kind of reach out to the wee thing. Oh.
Aki Lamacaster, you have arrived.
I'm here. I'm here. What can I do?
He just stares at you. He just stares at you for a moment, blankly for a moment, and then they have been taken. There is no one here but us. Free Lilyfoot. It will take you where you need to go. He is waiting for you. And you
His name was Moo, actually, Moo.
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 That's
like a
name.
cow.
Moo, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a...
Moo.
So I'm being told to free the Wogmith.
And then you just see it go. You can see it go limp, and its head just rolls back.
Oh. He held on until we were here.
Ribbit, he was strong. Croak.
Beautiful. Aki will
make a live roll, Aki. Bruce. Ross, make a live roll.
What's a live roll?
What's a live roll? I want to know what live roll is.
As Andy, what he did with his father, that's a live roll.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yep.
You're
really
a vicious bastard.
I'm
roll a d20. Yeah, it's like a fair roll, but you're meant to aim for high. Pretty much. So you just roll.
Magical guidance work. Oh, never mind.
I wasn't nervous.
For a second, you think that the creature just died, but he seems to be breathing faintly.
Ribbit, Errol, how long do these good berries last that you gave me? You still got this giant one?
Errol will gesture 2 and 4. Make an H.
Yeah. Has it been 24 hours since you gave me?
We haven't even long rested. We haven't even gotten...
Aki will kind of start pulling little bits off of it and trying to feed it to the wee beastie.
It's like an apple. Keep in mind you're pulling off the bits of
There you go. Get him to chew it.
Okay.
I'll free the Wogmith, croak.
As he chews the thing, it's having no effect. It's still conscious. It seems like it's helped him in a little way, but it's still unconscious in its state.
If at any point either Aki or Bruce look back, Errol's gonna gesture.
Oh.
Cut it loose. He's gesturing cut it loose for player Andy's sake. Is it cut it loose? Yeah, okay.
Like with scissors.
Okay. But I mean, trying to help the wee beastie.
I don't know how. Ribbit, any ideas? How to?
Can I would have to be seen in order to do this, so I can't keep up my stealth. But is there a way that we can figure out whether it's to cut the beast itself or cut something of it in order for this to work? I know Lorma explained it, but
Can I sense any sort of a tether, or can I roll anything to see if I can tell there is?
Yeah, make a Arcana or a religion check actually in this time.
I thought Littlefoot was just like tied down. I was going to just take out the hand axe and just.
Yeah, Littlefoot is only tied down to the
Yeah,
wagon.
yeah, that's what I thought it was. I think, why
I
did
thought-
scissors? What? I've got a hand axe.
never
I'll do.
mind. I thought it was the other kind of let go.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you gather as you kind of think about it. You think to yourselves that maybe she meant something further on your once you get to where Sadimos is.
Never mind. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's a good shout.
I love how our magic casts are like, oh, it could be some kind of magical tether, and then we're just like, axe.
As you see, kind of Bruce kind of climbing on, breaking away this kind of chain. I mean, this ropes and stuff that are kind of tethered to Littlefoot. Aki, you sense that this whole place. You immediately know that warg myths have this ability to help those that rest next to it heal much quicker. They have this kind of magical property that they've come from the Feywild, but they're not healing. So you get the sense from this that this place that you're in, it's kind of preventing it. You don't know to what extent, but at the moment it's preventing, and you don't know if this can affect you guys as well.
Right. Well, Aki, in that case, will take out his old favorite coat before he got the scintillating colors, the metallic one he spent a fortune on. He's going to try and kind of spin it round and kind of put it round and kind of tie it in a knot and try and get the wee beastie kind of into it, so he's carrying him.
Easily done.
Just kind of, just strapped to him.
Okay. Immediately after Littlefoot is released, you see it kind of struggling to move a little bit. It kind of tilts to one side. It seems like the wound has affected his kind of movement, but it turns around and immediately starts kind of nuzzling into Aki and licking him. A big tongue that kind of comes out.
Do you know where we're going?
When you say that,
I hope.
you see him just and begin walking in a different direction into the forest.
Errol is going to follow if he can without being sighted, ideally, but maybe go for instance.
I'm assuming Bruce is like sitting on top of it after he was like cutting the ropes off. He's like, oh, right,
Yeah,
we're moving then.
You can stay on top of it if you want.
Aki will walk alongside.
Okay. You keep walking and following it through. And it takes, you don't know how long it takes because of the kind of slow movement of Littlefoot as you kind of follow it behind. But at the same time, the distortion of this plane kind of makes you the absent of time. You don't know if you've been walking for hours or minutes. But eventually you see the first sign of coloration. You see Littlefoot take a step into what looks like almost like purplish green grass, which doesn't crunch under its foot. And as it steps through, there is this kind of circular area in this darkness of land underneath, kind of into this kind of deep inside into this forest. And there is this ark, a stone ark, which you recognize immediately of the traveler. There is no sign of anyone around. However, you see almost like a hilt of a sword that has been... You don't see any kind of blade part of it, but it's kind of embedded into the floor there. But immediately as you kind of step into this space, you all begin to kind of feel like you're in a safe space from whatever this darkness is consumed in this land.
Aki will walk round to the front of Lilliput and start giving him scritches.
You see
Can
it
you
kind of,
believe people say these things are stupid?
and you just see it sit down in this place, and all of a sudden you begin to see like the wound around him begin to kind of shrink in this space, like it's getting healed.
Oh, super.
Croak, does everybody remember what I told you about Wogmas? You're going to want to be near him.
Just a quick question. You said there was a sword handle or something?
Yep.
Could I do a perception check at the sword?
You only see the hilt. It's like sword in the stone, you know?
No, that's fine. Yeah, can I still check it out?
Yeah? Give me 1 second.
Mhm.
I'll give you a bit more of a description of what it looks like.
And Earl is still going to be hidden on the sort of, I guess, foresty surroundings, or he still wants to be out of view, but still close to the group.
Not that I'm
No problem.
not happy with my...
Sorry, everybody. It's just,
No,
you
you're
know.
fine.
What you notice is that there is a kind of almost like a circle ring at the top of where the handlebar is, and then there is this kind of almost looks like a one-handed weapon, and then instead of it being like a cross guard, there is actually another circle. So imagine like the handle and a circle there, and then you do not see the rest of the blade. Like it's just kind of like there. I don't know if I can draw it out. I'll draw it out for you.
So there's like a circular cross guard.
Like a
Yeah,
guard.
Yeah, exactly. Can you see the map? Can you see the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine that's the
Okay.
handle. There's a little circle here on the top, and then instead of it being a cross guard, it is actually just
a pummel.
A pummel. Yeah. There's another thing, and it's like a ring, like that.
Yeah.
But you don't
Ruin's
see.
just gonna.
It's like that in the rock.
Yeah. Ruin's just gonna kind of stare at it, and he's just gonna oh.
It looks
I'll rivet Croak. Do you guys mind if I take a minute? I'm gonna try and fly up to the sword.
Ruin, don't be stupid.
It's fine. Rivet Croak, it's fine.
I'm not speaking correctly for this. Don't be stupid.
I'm gonna put both hands on the sword and
You okay?
I'll pull it out.
You flap your wings as hard as you can.
Oh, shit.
Bruce just
not
goes,
worthy.
baby arms.
You don't know that. I'm gonna try one more time, and this time I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna use my racial ability, and I'll enlarge myself.
You
So
see
I
him.
get to about Bruce's size.
All right, the big fairy.
Not as muscular, but more slender and.
Sure.
Sure.
Mighty fairy, yeah.
The mighty fairy. You see it grab on. Your wings flap hard. You see some of the kind of the leaves and grass that kind of fly away from this, but it's not.
Baby arms.
You come over here and try if you're so great.
Yeah, I've got nothing to prove, but yeah, I'll have a go.
All right.
Don't we have enough weird magical swords to deal with?
I think we might be missing the bigger picture. Aki would is going to go over to the archway and see if he can figure out what that is or what that means as well.
You go to the archway and you see kind of. It's funny because when you approach it, you begin to see this kind of green coloration of a writing that only you kind of understand in a way. And it's not words, but it's a meaning. And it almost means like the path or a path, but the shape of it looks identical to the symbology of the traveler.
Yeah. So he'll pull round his. He painted this on his shield, the wildly colourful shield. He'll pull that around off from underneath his pack and kind of look at the two of them. Well, you always liked a good story, I suppose. This one is darker than the rest of them. Is this just like a symbol, or does it appear to be a gateway to somewhere? Or
You don't see a portal, you don't see no gateway or any ruins, that kind of thing. The only strange thing is the handle on the floor. Bruce, as you kind of approach it, sorry, 1 second. You said you wanted to pick it up.
All I ever is a.
As you pick it up, you see your foot dig into the ground, but nothing moves.
So Bruce pulled enough force that there's like cracks in the ground. Oh shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean to break the floor and not pull out the sword?
That was better effort than what you did, baby arms.
Whatever you say, muscle brain.
Ziggy?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I was gonna say, seriously, can you two just leave it alone? We have enough swords. We can buy you another. And then he will cast or spend 10 minutes casting Identify, while also trying to still bicker with those two on whatever Aki's looking at.
Yeah, okay. So we don't need more swords. You don't know that.
Yeah, this sword could be great for killing people.
Ruin, help me. Let's
You
pick
already have
at the
enough
same
sword.
time.
Okay.
Let's do it at the same time. Let's go. 1,
All
2, 3.
Three.
Hurry!
Errol was just gonna end it. Just
Don't.
face palm.
I'm not.
Just a
I'm
little.
not healing.
There's a little fart somewhere.
I'm
That was
busy
you. That was
here.
definitely you, Bruce.
I apologize. Yeah, it was me.
I'm busy here, and I'm not healing a hernia.
I can heal my own hernia, thank you.
I will ensure you won't.
Oh, this
Are
is
we-
a job for a dragon ferry, you silly. That's why I not walking. And he will kind of like try to pull it.
All three of us. Let's go.
All three.
1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3.
Hurry!
Ce n'est pas possible.
And you see
Yeah.
Sir Taliban just
Yeah, come over
poop
here.
out a cupcake.
Yeah,
Pops
come over here.
pink cupcake.
Put your shell into it.
I feel like we might be spoiling Aki's moment here.
Yeah.
Aki would be having a lot of fun watching that anyway. For everybody's benefit, are we short resting during all of this mucking around since we're next to a Mogwith?
Okay.
I will sacrifice my short rest to actively patrolling keywords, which is just keeping an eye out for anything while stealth.
Then yeah, once Aki's seen everyone pull a muscle, kind of walk up to it and not touch it and look around it.
I can also
He,
identify that.
I'm not trying to identify it. I'm trying to figure out why he would do that.
What do you mean?
If this is the traveler symbol,
What, the weapon?
and no, the stone. The stone is the traveler's ground,
Oh, right.
and he never likes to make things what they appear. He likes tricks. So if it looks like you're supposed to pull it out, maybe you need to put something in.
Bruce grabs it and pushes.
Good idea though.
He ends up doing a handstand on it. God damn it.
Aki will try and kind of put just his hand on top of it and grasp the back of the pommel and see if pushing some of his kind of innate energy and magic into it will have any reaction.
Okay. While you're preparing to do that, Ziggy,
Yep.
you identify it. You get nothing apart from none of its properties, but you sense very strong divination, sorry, not divination, but very strong divine magic coming from this.
Any form of alignment?
Yeah.
Like, is Aki gonna accidentally pull out the sword of Cass, or is he gonna pull out the dagger of the traveler? I don't fucking know.
No, you don't know. But anyway.
Okay.
If only you had a paladin that could divine sense.
Well, a few. Okay. Well.
Oh,
2
hang
DMs.
on! Luke killed
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay. Here's the
It's
thing.
okay, we've got a better one. We've got
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, 2 DMs decided, hey, let's make exploding creatures, and then one of the players said, oh, hey, let's explode one of the creatures in front of my dead ally.
Oh, where's that player character at? Oh yeah, that's not me. That's not me.
Also, Yagu's here, so get to it, Mark.
What do you say to Yogo to convince him? He's still kind of dazed off.
I'll get you another pet if you.
Oh, thank
Get
you
us
for
out
the
of here.
sword, guys. Amazing. Oh, thank you. We've just been raid. Thank you, the
Thank you.
sword.
Cool.
Thank you.
Noise.
Thank you very much.
God, they just saw my rant.
They could have joined at any moment of any session and got a rant out for you.
Yeah,
Alright, let's
Great job, Luke. Yeah.
let's go pull this sword out of the stone.
We're not getting this sword.
Yeah, I tried.
Either way.
And I'll just whisper to Yago. I'll just go.
Wait, you're whispering, we can't hear anything.
Yeah, you're whispering too.
Oh.
You have to whisper louder, man.
Yeah.
It's whispering. I'll be like, Yago, if you manage to identify and pull it out, you can keep it as bragging rights. Slinking back.
Fine, and I will waste one of my divine senses for
And
you
I will
guys
say-
too.
And I will say,
Waste.
as he goes, he'll whisper, "Thank you."
All right. You immediately find that the surrounding area, just out of your range, there is this immense force of evil. But in the area, it is good, and the most potent part of it is coming at this hilt of this weapon.
Okay, I will somehow translate that. Well, especially at the end, looking at Aki.
A feeling of good. Yeah,
Well,
you're not getting that from me.
Aki will continue to push whatever energy he can summon down his arm into his hand, so it's starting to show a little light between the scales of his hand.
Okay. And as you do that, ping, just comes off.
What does the pommel or the entire?
It's just the pommel. No, just that little thing that I drew. It is now in your hand.
You can now end your enemies rightly.
There's
So
no blade.
There wasn't a blade. There was just the pommel. Okay. I mean, he likes tricks. I have no idea what this means.
It looks, well, being a somewhat skilled with a sword, I say that is useless.
Much like that summation.
Yes. Much like being here.
Can I force even more energy into the pommel of this and see if anything happens?
You force.
Can I spend a spell slot into it or something? Is that what I need to do?
You spend a spell slot.
If that's what needs done to see if something happens.
Oh.
Can you ritual cast anything? Surely you can work your way around this.
Nothing good.
No, can you even ritual cast in general?
Yes,
Okay.
I can do it.
I'm a very weird sorcerer.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that like a thing sorcerers do?
Well, unfortunately, the person we're looking for taught me something.
Ah, shit.
But
Make a Whew, what check would this be? I guess just make a general. What's your modifier? Charisma, right?
Charisma, yeah.
Yeah, just make a general charisma check.
See, when you ask me things like this that are storyline centric, generally I completely crash the car.
You'll be fine.
I mean, it's better than your.
17.
That's pretty good for just a +6.
Okay.
It's not about the magic that you want to put inside. It's asking for something else. What does a traveler seek? What are you seeking?
Freedom. Stories. Protecting people who can't protect themselves. Some fun. The last one, maybe not today.
The road, Harold will just whisper.
Yeah. The road's always there. That's why it's good.
Hey, the reason we're here, though, getting your family back.
Aki will concentrate on the idea of walking underneath this archway towards a road and his family on it.
And as you begin thinking about your family and the path that you need to take, there is a glow. And you see emerging out from the ether shards of green light that begin coalescing into a blade in front of you. The whole blade itself has this green glow to it. And although it doesn't look like a typical blade that you've seen before, you have this feeling that with this blade, you have the ability to find what you are looking for. Do you have any more attunement slots? Or willing to give up an attunement slot?
Yes, I was looking to lose radiance at some point actually, so I can unattune from a wand.
Okay. As you unattune from the wand, you immediately attune to this weapon. You can potentially, hopefully, if you search up the weapon, the Pathmaker. It should be.
Yeah,
It should be.
I've got it.
Very
Joey's
rare.
Got a big cheesecake grin on his face there. He knows what this is.
This is very cool. No, this is just pretty fucking cool as well. This.
Based on
The
what you
Pathmaker.
have said to us before, the
Yes.
concept of that, this is what we have created.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah? Where is it?
You can drop a picture in general if you want, so they can see what it is.
Can we get
Wait,
this on
Ross.
screen? Let
I
the
don't
people
know if I've got any idea how to copy that because there's an image attached to this thing. This looks amazing. How do I? I'm not quite sure how to do that. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know how do I drop pictures on top of the Discord? Or sorry, the Roll20.
I don't know about Roll20, but maybe.
If you drag it to Discord, Mo has to save it and put it in the D&D on. Or the Roll20.
Tell you what then.
Yeah,
I'll drop it in
if
the
you
Discord.
put it anywhere, I'll copy for you. Yeah.
Oh.
That looks cool.
We won't see it on the stream unless you change to it. But let me have a look.
Right, so Aki's become linked.
Oh, nice.
Looks like a key.
Yeah.
As you attune to it, you will know that this has already got 3 charges in it, but it also has 3 spells. You'll see attached to it. You have Dimension Door, you have Find the Path, and you also have a level 7 spell, Teleportation. You have advantage on survival checks with this weapon, and it is a +1 attack to damage made with this weapon. It is considered, you are proficient with this weapon, so it's considered as a rapier, I guess, but it does slashing damage.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. That is really cool. Thank you very much for doing that. That's an amazing piece of artwork as well.
Not done by me, but I wish I could draw art like that. Whoever did it, thank you. I will find out
Yeah.
and give
Thank
you the
you
thumbs
very
up.
much. Very nice.
But with this, you feel like you see the gate kind of react to it for a moment, and you feel like you have a chance to use one of the spells without it consuming one of its charges. Depends on what you want to do, which one you want to use.
Well, a lot of these spells are new to me, so forgive me for spending a second just to figure out what on earth
No.
a 6th
No
level
worries.
divination looks like.
Trying to remember. Find the path would basically tell you where to go. Teleport would teleport you. I don't know what the other spell was.
Teleport, I would have to know where I would have to know where
Dimension
I'm
door.
going with teleport, and dimension door is a bit short range.
Yeah.
So I would say, I imagine find the path is what we're looking for here. So if I were to kind of reach it out towards the gateway, and concentrate on finding the shortest way.
And as you do, you see it break in front of you, like chunks of rock, and begin floating towards the gate and passing through. And immediately where there was darkness kind of behind it, you begin to see it becoming life once again, giving you a safe path towards the direction or potentially where your family is. Also, when you attuned to the sword and the gate flashed, everyone in the area immediately got a long rest.
Wow, nice.
Now, I love that, but that's also, in video game terms, that's a warning. Like, you find a room full of healing stuff and ammo, that basically it's a warning, get ready for pain.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, we just been called evil cop against evil cop. Hello, we give you a free long rest here, thank you. Don't try to turn it against us.
Does that mean my concentration spell ends of Pass Without a Trace?
No.
Like 8 hours of die? Okay.
Well, Pass Without Trace is 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's a long rest, then that implies the 8 hours.
You immediately, you immediately
Okay.
get the long rest without time
Yeah.
passing by.
Thank you.
Upon seeing the whole thing with the sword, you know that thundercloud that's been above Bruce this whole time he's been in the Feywild, the rain eases off just slightly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I will actually, in the moment you pass through the mist, or any effects from the Feywild were actually gone. But then once you're inside this Fey little traveler's space, then it comes back. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not gone; it's just eased off.
Yeah.
Upon seeing
Yeah.
all this.
Mhm.
This is-
It's more beautiful looking, less menacing.
It's still like the pitter patter of rain, but it's
Yeah.
less thunderstormy now.
Aki is uncharacteristically quiet.
Now that you have this sword, is it going to lead you to your family?
I think so. I think that's what I was. I think this was asking it to do when that happened.
Try giving it a whirl then. See what happens.
It doesn't have a blade anymore. Just pommel.
Just concentrate again.
Yeah, focus.
Just begins forming into the blade once again in front of you.
There.
Oh,
You can make blades. It's fine.
that's them.
Hey,
Right.
Aki, I just want you to know you're very welcome. I loosened it off for you.
Yeah, that was me and Bruce.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much. Thank you very much, boys.
Anytime.
Wow.
This is amazing. I feel so much better. Well,
Yeah. This
thank
is.
you.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing us here, Talavar.
Oh, it's the least I can do. You've been very good to me. Very nice. I hope we can all together save your friends and whatever.
Aki
I'm all-
Flamacaster. You hear a voice from your chest.
Because he's strapped to me. I'm just going to pull the thing open. Beastie!
You must quickly go. There is not too much time. Follow the path. Find your family.
Yes. Are you coming?
I will be unable to do anything. I will only get in your way. Leave me behind with Lilyfoot.
Oh, that seems a right quest for a knight. I will guard them with my life. And you kind of like pull his sword out, and you can see on his face that he's like, am I actually gonna die for these people? So he tries that approach instead.
Very,
Bruce
very
pats him
noble
on
of you, Talavar.
I mean, it's only two of them. What do you guys think?
Bruce pats him on the back and goes, "We need someone to watch the rear guard."
Oh.
Come on, Talavar, you're not scared.
Oh, no. Of course. I have to be honest. I am a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's just
Really?
when I say
Did
we
you-
watch the rear guard, as in like he needs to stay here and watch our back, essentially. So when we come back,
Oh, okay. Yes,
we need
because
someone pats him on the back too, we need to watch the
I
rear
keep
guard.
looking.
basically.
You noticed that Sir Talava was actually trying to find the butthole of the Lilyfoot when you said check the rear back.
Oh, for son of a bitch. Not that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. That will be wonderful. I will guard them with my life, I promise. And we will be here waiting. When we, little one,
He tries to refer to the kill Molly.
Finally a win.
Okay.
Alright, well,
So, Aki will
step.
pull the Kilmuli out of the kind of the sling thing he made and kind of set him down next to the Wogmouth.
it's so small, 14. Okay.
Look after each other. I don't know how that's going to work. Look after each other anyway. Okay.
Molly look after. Molly look after them too.
We'll say that.
Sometimes I wondered what I should. If I could help other travelers. Maybe I get
Sure.
to now.
If anyone could, I think we should prepare for battle. I have something which may help.
Hmm?
Just everyone take hold of this, and I'll pull out the chalice of Sir Loven.
We're not in a fight yet, though. Don't you think we should hold on to
This will give us a day to be prepared for anything.
Harold will. do
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, Aki will do as he's told.
I will
Everyone
cast
just hand out.
Heroes Feast.
Okay.
Ha ha ha.
And
So the-
because it's a chalice, I assume we just all drink from it because it's a chalice and not an actual Heroes Feast.
Sure. However you guys want to
Yeah.
kind of portray how the hero's feast is, the magic is dispensed. The chalice obviously remains, like Cisco mentioned, but the magic is
Right.
dispensed from there. Please roll 2d10 for your temporary hit points, or is it increase HP? Actually, it is.
It's yes, an increased HP. However, I will say, oh wait, no, it doesn't have the healing benefits. Doesn't matter. So it's 2d10 to maximum hit points.
Mhm.
Oh shit! I rolled d20. Ignore that.
Oh.
16.
Oh, nice.
So 16
Very
maximum hit
fucking
points.
hell. Very good.
10?
No, 16 maximum.
Oh.
So 16 maximum hit points. We are immune to poison and frightened, and wisdom saves are at advantage for the next 24 hours.
Nice.
and knowing that that hour has gone up because of the hour it took to eat that, I am going to cast on Bruce once again, Long Strider, as the hour was used up anyway. So
Sure thing. Bruce will actually ask you, like, not that I'm complaining, but what's the script here with the spell? I think I can go out quicker now, but
So basically, it's just it makes you move slightly faster. Yagu got the scarf, so I figured it'll help you be on somewhat even footing in case you just need to, move like the wind. Not as great as I do with Zephyr, but it's something.
yeah,
Plus, it's a lot less taxing.
help me get closer to lay down the hurt.
Do you want to cast that spell once you get closer, or do you want to cast it now?
Once we get closer, I
Okay.
guess.
Alright, I'll put myself back to the 40 speed
Yep.
just now.
So remember, everyone, advantage on wisdom saves, poison and frightened, and cured of any disease. So if anyone has like syphilis or something, I don't know.
Oh, finally it's
Damn it.
gone.
Yeah, oh god.
And not knowing
No.
what we're gonna face as we get closer, at the same time, I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good on Yagu at the same time I cast the other spell on Bruce.
Protection from evil and good. Is that concentration? I don't think it is, right?
That one is concentration, not the Long Strider, but this one is because
Yeah.
my stealth spell is done anyway. So
Debating whether or not.
Oh,
to
10
use
minutes
Shield
away,
of-
yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just good to know. Alright.
so
Wait,
that's
did
gonna
you
be
say-
on Yagu. That
Yes.
one is.
Okay,
Okay.
It's only for 10 minutes. No matter.
Yeah.
I'll cast
Right.
shit.
fair enough.
We got 5 minutes. Let's go through this portal. Hey, we've got a parasite to kill. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you follow the path that has been created with Aki's new sword, you follow it through, and it's still daunting with all the darkness kind of around you as you follow this path that has been created by the shards of green divine light. And as you follow it through, zigzagging through the terrain, up hills and down, I will leave it to Cisco to describe what you eventually see in the last few moments.
Yeah. As you keep moving around, you start to see that the hills, the blackened hills, change color as you pass with your open powers from this sword and this guided by the path of the traveler. You start to see that the hills become watery. There seems to be some kind of moist on the ground, kind of like a purple ooze and different unusual and unknown liquids that pour out different stones and rocks to a point that it starts forming. You see as you keep moving forward, you see eventually that from this hill upside down there is a waterfall coming from the floor upwards towards the sky on the different direction. And that's kind of like the path is actually that you should go through it as you feel guided by the spell.
Can we Arcana check this water to make sure it's not going to do something screwy like the last one?
Yeah, please go ahead. Any of you can make a survival, nature, arcana, whichever.
Can I throw some guidance on top?
Sure, why not?
Poor Yagu.
My game
19.
today.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we have all the rolls there, yep. Yeah, well, it's 18, 17, yes. So Sigi, Ruin, actually, everyone except Yagu, I'm sorry, detect that this seems to be a very unusual, unnatural situation, but it doesn't seem to be dangerous, the water itself. It's just something you've never seen before. It is kind of magical in nature, but not a magic that it seems harmful.
Okay, I guess. Traveler thinks it's safe. Aki will just go for it.
Push on.
All right. Does the rest of you go through as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Right behind the
In
guy with the glowing
slowly.
sword key.
Okay. In the moment
Sort of.
you all go through, from the water itself, you are doused by it, and it feels like you are covered in gelatin that starts melt and disappear off you, and you see a pitch blackness. First, it feels like you are in magical darkness, immersed by it. But far in the distance, you hear a sound, like a warping voice, different sounds of creatures and things, and then once more you look up and you feel like you're in a room made out of glass. Looking down, there is space, the same like the sky of the outer door of this place. As you look up, is also the same. And far away in the distance, you feel the hatred and of a figure who is standing next to a black obelisk. He is wearing tattered robes. He's got green skin like you saw him before, like a weird kind of long hair, long beard, full of tattoos. And you all feel the intense hatred coming from him. He was waiting for you. And now you're arrived. And as you sense the monolith, we'll end there. But look, I don't want to cut you off there. Anything you want to say before that
quick
happens?
thing, I forgot to mention it before we started moving on. I would have tried to determine a tale before we moved on.
Yeah, let's say that retroactively,
Yep,
no problem. You can.
I'll do that now.
Yeah.
What's it called?
That's a good one, I think.
All
I
right.
hope.
So keep it for next time. I'll
Yep.
pass it back to you, Mo. Yeah.
All right. Yep. And as you face down Zadimus in front of you, we will end the episode here. Come back next week to see if you talk your way out of this or fight your way out of this.
Yeah.
That's not gonna
We're
happen.
going to negotiate strenuously.
Let's negotiate.
Let's do persuasion. I'm joking. Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you to Darren Curtis and Jim Webster for their art and music. Thank you everyone here for playing. Thanks for everyone watching at home. Hopefully we'll see
Thanks,
you.
D20 by the sword for the raid as well.
Yep, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow or on Sunday. If not, we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Have a good week. Bye.
Stay magical. Take it sleazy.
You stole his word.
I know I am. Yeah, this is a channel. We work
Okay,
together.
bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Boy.
Bye.